Good morning, Crandon race fans. Welcome to the World Championship Weekends. It's the keys to the big house. It's powered by a little over 1,000 people during the year, except for 1 week. And we're talking, I'm going to predict upwards of 50,000 people here this weekend. Welcome, everybody. My name is Scott Rain. Alongside of me is Don Demney, a retired sportsman ranks, has jumped into the booth to help us out here this year. And this is your first World Championship Saturday that you're not partaking in.
Yeah, this is awesome. You know, this is fun to be able to watch it from the backside. You know, it's not as stressful as you know, getting ready. Crandon is the big show. You know, that's the race of all races. As we were talking earlier, that this is not only could be a possible points champion race today. It's for the ring.
Yeah,
and that ring, that's a Super Bowl ring. That is the ring of all rings.
So the fans at home, that once again, for all the people that are here, get on your cell phones and text or call your coworkers, your family members that are back at home. Tell them to go to torcseries.com and they can watch the racing, TV quality programming. It's kind of cool because we've been getting messages all year long from people back at home taking pictures of themselves, watching on their big screen at home. And once again, welcome everybody back at home, wherever you're at. A lot of our military personnel are watching us on their laptops or their computers, wherever base they're at, all across the globe. I know of a couple of guys in Okinawa, Japan that are tuned in and watching us. Camp Lejeune, Camp Pendleton, I know for a fact there's a couple. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in, and especially all of our service people that have served our country, whether it be within our own borders, but all across the globe, and thank you so very, very much. One of the important things I want to cover this morning real quick is, once again, our Chris Kyle Memorial stickers that we've been doing this all year long. We partnered with Wayne and Debbie Kyle, Chris's mom and dad, at the Dallas race, first race this year. And Tim and Timmery from Race and Dirty are selling these stickers up here at the trailer here on site for $5 a piece. And 100% of the proceeds go to the Chris Kyle Memorial benefit. Chris Kyle, obviously, subject of the American Sniper movie. So stop up there, and I can't wait to present a big check to Wayne Kyle in a couple of weeks after our season has ended. But we're just a few moments away from opening ceremonies. We got our first race at the line. It's going to be a combined race, two classes in one, stock, truck, and classics. And you can see right now, fans are still piling in, and the campground, I cannot believe it's got to be packed. So we're 3 minutes away from the first green flag of the afternoon, and right now, if everyone could please rise, gentlemen, move your hats, as we're about to hear the greatest song in the world about the greatest country in the world, singing our national anthem this morning down at the podium is Sarah Jenkins. Sarah, please take it away.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Once again, thank you so much to all our service people serving our country all across the globe and within our own borders. We appreciate your efforts so much, and feel for you being away from your families and your friends months and months at a time. Don, you as a former racer, right now you're basically heading to staging. getting ready for World Championship weekend. We got 2 races at the line right now. What's going through a driver's head on a day like today?
They're waiting for the green flag. They're waiting for Faye to climb the tower and just get the first lap down. That's always the most stressful part. Figure out where you're gonna, where you're gonna come out after that first lap. Is the track wet? Is it dry? Your spotter's telling you what the track looks like, but until you get out there and make that first lap, you have to make a determination and how it's all gonna settle out. This is a land rush start, Scott. So even if you're in the back of the of the point standings, you still have the opportunity to come around that corner first.
And the thing that's neat about it is that competition yellow at the halfway point really adds levels the playing field. If you're like you said, in the back row, you're never out of it, especially with that competition yellow. You can see Cowboy on the left side of your screen. He's getting ready to get the drivers ready. He'll get a thumbs up from each one of our drivers and then get underway, and then he'll turn it over to Faye up in the flag tower. There's Cowboy in row 1.
Right.
Here's our starting grid. On the front row, we got our classics, and Don, take it away.
All right, we're going to start classics first, and Stanley Wood in the 603. Looks like we have Dylan Mishler in the 687. Paul Posberg in the 611, Gatelin Gee in the 655, Dale Chestnut, our current points leader, in the 613, Tyler Pyman in the 614, Bill Wilson, a local favorite here, 601, Aaron Conitzer back for the first time this year in the 640, Willie Crandall in the 689, and Jeff Tomlin in the 642. That's going to be our first ones, and they're coming around the corner, Scott.
Here come our classics. Here's our lineup now for stock truck. We got 11 strong. Here's Austin Stesney in the 536, Corey Marquardt in the 590. Today it's Hunter Meyer in the 566 and TJ Struck in the 537. Lon Jask in the 573, Dylan Sharkey in the 541, Nick Pfister in the 580, Caitlin Wiersbaugh in the 517, Diesel Shannick in the 593, our points leader. Brad Milan in the 520, and Brandon Roos in the 511. And you can see right now on screen, that's the classics. That's the 2 different classes. Once again, to decipher the difference between 2 classes, classics starts with the number 6, stock truck starts with the number 5. So keep that in mind, especially when we get to the competition yellow, when they start to intertwine between each other.
Absolutely, Scott. Some of these stock trucks are going to run with the slower classics, and they're going to get mixed up by the halfway point. And here comes stock truck. Corey Marquardt leading the bunch.
And look at that. Oh, we got contact. We got one going over. Sideways going over. Complete rollover. Maybe, just maybe, we can get back going. That's the 573.
Lon Jaske, what a bad start for him. Hopefully he can get that thing fired back up.
Yeah, and he's got Culver's on his door, and that's my favorite sponsor of everybody here. That's my favorite sponsor. Here comes Whitey Brunell leading up our safety crew to make sure everything's okay. Meanwhile,
this safety crew
his
here
window
is second
coming
to
up.
Here. They're going to come. They're going to check, make sure he's good. He's going to give a thumbs up, and they're going to get him off the track, and we're not even going to see a yellow, Scott.
He popped the net, so that's his signal to the track crew that he's okay. We'll try and get him off the track side.
Oh, yeah, look at him. He wants to get that thing back up and going.
Oh, no, he won't be able to. He's got is it steering issues, it looks like, possibly. Yeah, his left front's pointing in a different direction than right front. So a tough way to start as we got classics coming around turn number 1 once again. There, he's off the track just in time. No yellow flags are popping up. And we got a great 3-way battle for the lead overall and in the classics. Zach Conitzer running up front right now.
We got a little smoke on our leader, Scott. Right here's our leader for the classics. They're going too wide into the corner. Bill Wilson had it, but he loses it a little bit there. We're going to have a battle for first here in Classic, Scott. They're still trying to feel the track out. It looks nice and dry. The track conditions look perfect. I think some of them set up a little bit for a wet track, but it'll come around as they get to the halfway point.
Tyler Playman, was just outside of the inversion when they started inverting the top 5, but he's looking pretty strong out there right now. So we're getting reports right now at the 520. Brad Millen is getting a black flag. I believe that's the car that got into the side of Lon Jaske. So he'll be getting a black flag. And, yeah, you're right. There's smoke coming out of our lead car right now in the Classics.
We've seen that before, Scott.
Yeah.
They'll smoke the whole race.
50-gallon oil tank.
Yeah, and they'll go the whole race, and we'll kind of watch. If he takes a corner and he's kind of losing, he's smoking a little bit, here he's not, he might just have a bad breather or something, and he'll run the whole race like that.
Oh, Connoisseur just outside the screen in that Farmer John commemorative El Camino, battling for third as our second place car going by, Galen Gee. And boy, oh boy, our leader's just puffing away. It's hard to tell if that's coming out of the motor, though, or the right rear area. So it could be an axle seal.
It could be an overflow in the transmission or just a filter. It seems, a breather or some sort. But Tyler's got a great race going. I mean, he had a good start, and he's got nothing but air here. He's just got to stay clean.
Oh, he's got a long way to go smoking like that. But, boy, I mean, what would it be like to be leading a race for the first time, World Championship day, battling for the ring, and all of a sudden you're getting reports from your spotter, dude, we got a ton of smoke coming out of that.
We ain't stopping, I guarantee that. Till it doesn't run anymore. At this point, Scott, like you said, it's a World Championship. You just got to keep going.
There they are, headed into the Argonne corner, coming around the turn. It's pretty much spread out the first three, and it looks like a battle starting to ensue now in that fourth spot. And, yeah, I believe that Conitzer fallen back to the fourth as Paul Posbrig, I believe, got around. No, that's Bill Wilson got around. So battle's consuming. Conitzer's not going away. Here's that El Camino. A rather unusual car to be racing in the Classics and basically in off-road as well. But he's been gone, like you said, for a few years. Came back probably just for today to go after that ring.
For the ring, exactly.
I feel bad for him because there towards the end, before he stopped racing, he was starting to get it pretty quick, and then parked it. Oh, here comes Connors to the inside.
On the inside.
Up against the wall. Scrubs off a little bit, but he's still right there alongside.
Nice, clean racing between him and Wilson, and he just can't get it done.
You got to love one of the concert boys running that cow black and white cow design.
Absolutely. Love to see it.
Nice little run by Connoisseur to the outside. He's going to ride that berm all the way around the top, duck down to the inside. Nope. Wilson's able to hold him off.
And Tyler's got a nice, comfortable lead there. His spotter's probably, I don't think his spotter's telling about the smoke. It's nothing that seems to slow him down at all. He's still running nice and clean.
Man, nice tight battle starting. It's kind of, we talked about this at Park River a couple of weeks ago, where it just seems rather ironic. There's tight racing at the very beginning, then it gaps out, and somehow, for some reason, towards the end of the race, they all start to come back together again. What? I've never been able to figure out the schematics of that whole thing.
Tyler
why it happens.
Loses it a little bit in the corner, and we have a new leader.
Yeah, Galen Geen out to the front, and a three-truck battle now for second place.
And Bill Wilson's going to come right around the inside. Let's see. This is a hairpin corner, Scott. This one's tough.
I would love to be Connoisseur right now. There's got to be a hole there somewhere. Tight to the inside. Oh, man, it looks like Playman has now fallen back to third. Wilson's got around to the outside. Wilson may be battling for the lead by the time they get to the Forest County Potawatomi turn one.
Generally, but back here, Scott, in the straightaway, it's time to check your
Look at Conitzer.
And Conitzer comes real hard to the outside. Now, last lap he was on the inside, and he's trying any line that he can just to get by. And he's not afraid to go outside or inside.
He kept the speed up all the way through the turn, ran around the outside of turn number one, kept the momentum up, carried him from fourth to second. And here comes Wilson now back to the outside. Watch Wilson now to make the attempt to go in real hard to the outside. He'll square it off and try to duck to the inside. No, he's too far back. He went way too deep into the corner.
Way up on the top, Scott. And Bill Wilson's having a phenomenal year. He's had some bad luck in the past, and he's battling right up. This could be his race, not a problem.
Oh, man, look at Connoisseur, though. Would that be cool? That would be absolutely incredible. And right at the competition yellow. Yeah, that will change everything from fourth on back, which will regroup the entire field.
Well, let's do a quick rundown here, Scott. It looks like Gatelin Gee, Aaron Conitzer, Bill Wilson, Tyler Plyman, and what do we got in stock truck?
Well, right now, stock truck, I think we got Corey Marquardt still at the lead. He's ninth overall, but leading in that division. He's in the 590. Nick Visser running in second. Diesel Shannick in that third spot in class. TJ Struck in that fourth. Fifth is Brandon Rouse. And right behind him is Dylan Sharkey. Caitlin Weersbus, 15th overall, but right behind in line in stock truck, right behind Sharkey. as the rest of there's our leader right now crossing the line, Marquardt in the stock truck. So I'm kind of surprised. Maybe the gap was so big at the beginning when they threw the green flag. I'm kind of surprised that the stock trucks haven't started to kind of intertwine into the classics yet.
But I tell you what, Scott, we're missing a guy out there. What happened to Dale Chestnut? He usually dominates this class.
Yeah,
he's got to be having some problems out there. Dale's usually dominates the class. He's got a well-oiled machine, I guess we'll say, and a phenomenal crew that puts that truck together. And he's in fourth. Looks like we're gonna.
Yeah, he's in fifth. You know, he's been so strong all season long that he can kind of play the field for the first half. He's been that strong. He just has to do it for the second. You know,
these guys are going to give him a run today for
that
ring.
And he was quite a ways back. He was 17 seconds back from the leader. So
he's got to have something going on.
Now look at this. You just took away 17 seconds, which has been. I mean, he's now right there in that fourth spot overall.
And did we lose Bill Wilson? We'll see when they come around the corner here.
Yeah, I believe we got Richie Kuloff driving the Amsoil pace truck right now. As we have a second pace truck. Oh, they're going to keep the gap. How about that?
And they're going to have a second pace truck with the stock trucks. Corey Marquardt leading that bunch with that bright orange truck. Can't miss that one.
Uh-huh. So basically it looks like the top 5 get the nice gap. And if you weren't in the top 5 of the Classics division, you find yourself now intertwined with the stock trucks a little bit further back. You can see that they're accelerating now as you watch the monitors or actually watch the big screen. It's too bad that corner right there is not accessible to fans where they can watch it live. So much happens right there. So much drama.
You watch the pro guys come in there, and I swear sometimes, Scott, they're backing into the corner.
Oh, yeah. They're doing that Hudson Hornet move.
Scott Douglas is probably the funnest one to watch come around that corner. He's backing it in, and he gets around the corner.
We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. We're just past turn number 1 as we're watching right now on the screen. The stock truck waiting to take their green flag. We're back underway as Face Desi's throwing the green flag. Classics back charging now towards turn number 2. Up past the skyboxes. Right now we're still watching the pace lap. Here we go. We're back to live action. Boy, I like Conitzer right now. He's a young gun, loose cannon, whatever you want to call it.
He's running any groove. He's going to go outside. He's going to go inside. It doesn't seem like
that's what he can't do, though. Yeah, and he was right there directly in the roost, and that can just screw up a lot of stuff, to say nothing of vision, as well as the radiators and anything else. But, man, he's battling for the lead, pushing real hard, going to the outside now, coming into the final corner.
Outside, and he's going to follow him. We still got a battle here, Scott. And you know what? Dale Chestnut's back there somewhere, and he's going to come hard the second half.
Yeah, here we go. Green flag is out. Marquardt with the jump in the stock truck division. Here come our stock truck now to the gravel pit turn. Marquardt has the lead. Visser right behind him, as well as Diesel Shannick, TJ Struck. Up over the legendary launch as Walker Evans, I'm being told, is in the house somewhere. Walker Evans is here this weekend. As well as R.J. Anderson. How about that? He's going to be running the Walker Evans colors.
Ain't
that neat,
nice.
Huh?
Yeah, I tell you what. Walker Evans.
Oh, man, how about this? We've got a pass for second now.
We got a yellow, though. We got to see what happened up here.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Our former leader lost a rear.
Galen Gee?
Yeah, lost a rear tire.
Here come our leaders now in the stock truck. There's 2 packs of race cars out there, race trucks.
And we got a battle back here in the back of stock truck, too, Scott. Everybody's wants that lead. They want that ring, and that's what this is all about today.
It sounds like we're getting reports now we're going to be going to a full course yellow.
Yeah.
As Marquardt now headed towards the Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1. I believe the incident is just in let's see. Oh, we got a car rolled over right in the Parsons chicane.
Yeah, I would call that the chicane, Scott.
Parsons Chevrolet. Yeah, we've got 3, 4 safety vehicles right there. So virtually blocking traffic, but they're just kind of squirting through there a little bit. but we got a car on its side or upside down right there in the Parsons Chevrolet chicane.
Let's talk a little bit about that chicane, Scott. That is the best part of the track. You come around the corner, your truck's sliding one way, and you come up over the top of the hill, and you can slide back the other way.
Kind of unloads the suspension at that peak and then comes back down,
And that's the 517 of Caitlin Wiersba. Hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, Caitlin Wiersba, we're going to report that she's the one that's upside down.
They got her back over. It looks like they're going to just pull her off the track, and we'll go back. We'll go back racing once we get a safe.
Yeah, you can see the full course yellow flags are waving. See, that's the thing. You watch the flaggers real close all day long. If the yellow flags are just being held out, like you see here in the front of us, it's right at the incident site. If they're waving the yellow flags, that signifies it's a full course yellow. So that lets everybody know that's the drivers, and it's very important. Plus, you also got the officials from USAC radioing in to each specific driver. They have two radios. One where they can talk to their spotters, and one where it's a listen only. They can't talk. They can only listen to the USAC officials. So you've got your spotters telling you, and you've got USAC officials also telling you what's going on the track. And it looks like the full course yellow flags have been pulled back in because it looks like we're back to speed as that stock truck, coming through that big, tight left-hander.
And you know what? Corey Marquardt doesn't want to see that full course yellow because that gathers everybody back up again. You know?
That's basically
he had a nice lead.
Yeah.
You know, he's already sending in a size for that ring. I guarantee that. And we're back racing. I think Corey got a nice start, so we should be.
Yeah, we've got racing all around the racetrack because once again we've got two different classes on the track: stock truck and classics. So classics start with the number 6. Stock trucks start with the number 5 as we're watching action up around the Ponzi turn number 2, just past the barn, now headed towards the skybox straightaway down into the gravel pit turn. Man, just all kinds of stuff going on right away. First thing this morning is the Polaris Razor gravel pit turn is full of action as well. We got some.
And Scott, we got a new leader in classics.
Yeah, Aaron Conitzer. He's got a big gap. He had a 5.5 second gap last time.
We see Corey Marquardt coming around the back. I think, Scott, we're going to see a white flag come out this time for Aaron Conitzer.
Actually, it's out right now. Here it comes. White
Aaron
flag is out.
Nice lead. Wow. He's just got it. His spotter's got to tell him, all right, you got a nice lead. Get this thing done. You know, he hasn't raced that car all year long. They don't know if they got all the bugs worked out of it, so he's just got to take his time.
How long has that thing been parked? I don't think he raced last year, did he?
If he did, it was 1 or 2 races. That's about it. We'll find that out when we get him up on the podium because I think for sure we're going to get him up there if he can just finish a couple more corners here, Scott.
Farmer John, I know you're watching. How cool is this? Your paint scheme's making its way around the racetrack. Final time into that tight left-handed 180. Yeah, but there's no Reese hitch on the back of that El Camino.
There might be.
There might be.
Aaron farms a little bit too. Maybe that's why he wasn't racing. He needed that on the farm for a while.
I wonder if Farmer John, when he was still around, wanted to borrow the El Camino to haul a hay wagon out into the back.
I'm sure.
40. One final time through Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. Here comes that Cowskeen paint job of Aaron Conitzer. Yeah.
Would anybody else have a cow scheme but Aaron Conitzer?
No. He knows where it's at. Yep. He knows where his heart's at. As the rest of the field's crossing the Amsoil finish line right now on their white flag lap. There's our overall leader and leading in classics.
And, Aaron's not slowing down at all.
No.
I would be taking it easy a little bit.
For the first time in his racing career, I kind of think he wishes there's like a couple more laps because he's having so darn much fun.
He's having fun.
Well, our first world champion of the weekend is crowned in 2015 from Abrams, Wisconsin. Let's hear it for Aaron Conitzer in classics. Our winner coming around in second, still showing smoke, our early leader from the very first lap. Tyler Playman will come across in second. You know what? One of our class favorites, if not the favorite, I believe he may have clinched the championship today, unofficially. Dale Chestnut, boy, he's got to be having mechanical issues to be running this far back. But there's Dale Chestnut.
But he's on the podium, Scott. That's important to them.
Consistency, man. And he's been there. I don't think maybe one race he wasn't on the podium. Maybe one. Other than that,
one race he didn't win
under
full power. So I'll have to, when I get down there, we'll find out what's going on. Was he worried about the championship and not the ring? You know, we talked about that. We'll see when we talk to Dale.
This is just a testament to how fast Concer was. I mean, he had a 22-second gap back to third, and the rest of the field is still coming across the line. All in the lead lap as Jeff Tomlin takes the checkered flag. There's our winner, our in stock truck world champion, Corey Marquardt, adds another win to his resume, and this is a big one. Here's a battle for second on the podium. And coming across the line will be Diesel Shannick for second, Nick Visser third. There's our podium finishers for stock truck. As the rest of the field crosses the line, Dylan Sharkey just comes across. So we'll send Don Demity down to the podium to talk to our top three finishers in two classes, both Class 6 and stock truck. As the rest of the field crosses the line in both classes, we'll step aside.
We had these torrential downpours, and these trucks are not designed to have another 2,000 pounds of mud.
One of the most important routines I always follow is checking my tires. The same way you take a few moments to check your mirror position and buckle up, you should also make it a point to check your tires before every long road trip and at least once a month. Check your tires and know before you go. See you on the road.
Acceleration is a beautiful thing. Pedal down, pulse up. And nothing feeds your engine what it craves like a K&N Performance air intake system. For more airflow in, more horsepower out. Guaranteed. Pushing you even closer to that blurry line between kick-ass and whiplash.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time.
Performance. And by GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. Arturo Tires, and long live your ride. Well, race fans, stop by the GoPro rig right inside the front gate as to your right. Check out all the latest products. Sign up to win 3 Hero 4 cameras each day, 4 p.m. today and 2 p.m. tomorrow. You must be in attendance to win. Once again, stop by the GoPro setup and check out all the latest products. Sign up to win 3 different Hero 4 prize packages each day. Everyone who stops by their setup gets a $100 discount on a camera purchase. How cool is that? You can't miss it. It's the flat gray, huge camper setup. When you come through the front gates, turn to the right, and you can't miss it. It's right there. Very cool setup, so stop by and see the guys from GoPro. Once again, we got Don Demney headed down to the podium with 6 guys, 2 world champions, the first 2 to be crowned in 2015. Well, race fans, we've got Don Demney down at the podium right now with our top 6 finishers in 2 different classes and 2 2015 World Championship. Don?
All right, Scott, we got the classics down here. The first race of the day, 3rd place. We're going to find out, Dale Chestnut, what happened out there? I thought we were watching that race and we're thinking, what's going on with Dale? You had to have some mechanical problems. What's going on?
Well, we blew a motor in practice last night, and that was actually our backup motor, so we had a 3rd motor that it runs, and that's about all we can say for it. And we just knew we had to come out here and do everything we could, and I tried to run best lines I could to at least keep close in case something happened. And we were able to work our way up to 3rd, and we're very happy with that after what we went through last night.
Yeah, I seen you guys working in the pits pretty late. Let's talk about some of your crew and your sponsors that help you get that done.
Yeah, our crew was great. They all stuck to us, worked through, and we had a lot of help from a lot of other teams come over and offer help and help us get done, which is really nice about this racing. Even the competitors come over and help you. They want to race you on the track. They don't want to beat you because you're not running, and that's really cool. Hats off to everybody for that. I'd like to thank Turo Tires for getting us and at least hooking up with what we had for power because it made a big difference. I could turn a little better line, help a little bit, and make a little more out of that. AMS Oil, ATD transmissions, method wheel, Ultra Wheels, my crew, Double D Services, offroadfraternity.com, and everybody that's here to watch us.
All right, great job, Dale. You're on the box with a backup motor. That's okay. 2nd place, Tyler Plyman. What a race. You guys were battling. Without Dale in the mix, you guys had one heck of a race. You had a great start. We had some all competition, the competition yellow. We had a full course yellow. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of nerve-wracking getting out front there. The foot didn't want to work with the brain and shake it a little bit, and I made a few mistakes. That's all it came down to is driver error. The guys, I got to thank my guys for putting the truck together this week. My brother, my father-in-law, Dave, the guys came in the shop. I bent 2 push rods Wednesday night, and I had to work, and those guys put it back together, and all my sponsors. I mean, this year has been phenomenal. For the truck that we got, putting it together, this is a super year. If it wasn't for my own fault, I don't know, I might have had something for them, but what do you do?
Well, I tell you what, Aaron Conitzer on top of the box is pretty happy. Back on the track, you bring the cow truck back out, you got somebody helping you, and you get it on the box. Yes. Tell me about the car, who put it together, how long have it been sitting, and what made you come back to Crandon for the ring?
Well, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I guess first off, what made me get the car back out was pretty much peer pressure. About Bark River weekend, everybody was asking me when I was going to get it back out, so I just decided, well, we'll go to Crandon and see what happens. And I got to give my family a lot of credit. My dad, my Uncle Sam, of course. Everybody else who's here, Rhonda, Ashley, Corey, Nick, my whole family. A lot of late nights in the shop here the last week, getting her all buttoned up. And, we had a few problems last night, too. Actually busted off a shifter cable after the practice and just got her back together.
Well, great job. You got a ring coming, too. You got a ring, so you'll be able to sport that at the banquet. We'll be giving them away. All right, let's give it up one more time for Classics. Oh. Dale Chestnut's the only one?
One of you guys shaking hands in front of that was kind of cool. You're doing that. Okay, shaking. Yeah, just shaking. There we go.
And we have an AMS Oil certificate Ray's going to give to Dale Chestnut. You can probably use a little bit in your new motor you're going to build for next year. All right, let's bring the stock truck up. Hey, Amy. Amy, it'd be nice if I had that. All right. We got you guys got to come out, race with the Classics, start behind them. So, there's a little dust maybe, a little confusion when you guys start to catch up with the Classics. But you guys did a phenomenal job, great racing. you know, you had some opportunities there for the ring, but you just couldn't get it done.
Nope, I tried, but just didn't have the speed today.
All right, let's talk about your truck and some of your sponsors you got on there.
I couldn't do this without all the people that helped me. High Roller Motorsports, Todd Sleeper, been there for me every step of the way. My dad. I'd like to thank all the vets for they fight for us, for being here. Builder Service, Tri-County Heating and Cooling, Cape 2 Pro Signs, they did an awesome job with that truck so it sticks out, didn't look like everybody else's this weekend. Scotch Terrace, Muskie Mart, and, my wife, kids, dad, all my family's out here today. My mom, she's been taking my little guys, so it makes it a little...
Thinking, what do? I want to run for the ring, or, you know, are you guys thinking points? What are you thinking at that starting line?
Well, definitely thinking points. We locked up the championship for this year, so that's awesome. And I told my guys, I said, well, if we can come out third, fourth in the lead, you know, up there, I'm going for it. But after that, I'll just play it smart. But you get out there and your foot's to the floor and you just want to go. So never lifted and kept on going.
You never checked the gauges at that point, do you?
Nope.
All right, let's talk about some of your sponsors that help you get up here.
I got to thank L&L Propane, Sheridan Flats Dairy, Big Iron Equipment, Bill's Auto Repair, Napa Opaca, Weiser Graphics, Amsoil, Lunderville Steel for helping us put this on, Amsoil, my friends, my family, everybody else that comes out to support us. And I'm going to dedicate this championship to my dad, who I lost over 4th of July weekend this year, and so the championship's for him.
All right, give it up one more time here for Diesel. Top of the box. He's been here before. Corey Marquardt he's either winning the race or he's watching it from the sideline. There is no in between. So, Corey, you get a good run. Truck looked good. We can see it bright orange. You're sporting your hat for your win, and you have a ring coming.
Awesome. Can't thank everybody that puts this event on. 2 years ago, we won the ring, gave it to my daughter.
And guess who's going to get the next one, right? You know, he has an opportunity to win his own ring today. Let's see what he does there. Oh, Kennedy's going to run. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about some sponsors and your family and the crew. You guys.
Today, Andy Arntz Racing Shocks. Anybody needs. My wife, Jody, Kennedy and Sam, Amsoil.
Well, I got one more. There's a place where you get all your parts from that's a family-ran business. Tell me about that one quick.
Yes, we have Corey's Crank and Nail, which is Auto Value bumper-to-bumper store, and a family-run operation. So anybody who's looking for parts. I got to thank one other guy, too. The carburetor on that truck came from a great guy, Don Demity. Thank you.
You didn't pull it apart and do any different thing. Okay, good. That's what I'm worried about when you hand anything over to Corey. All right. Thank you, guys. Let's give it up one more time. We got some Amsoil certificates for every single one of these guys. Ray's going to hand those out, and I'm going to send it back up to you, Scott.
I just had to ask her about the ring.
knows you post selfies like they're going out of style. Data knows you've got no selfie control. Lucky for you, for just $35 a month, you can get unlimited talk, text, and more data than ever. So keep snapping and sharing. Boost Mobile cut the price and crank the data. So stop spending a ton of money on a little data and start getting more data for less. Come to Boost Mobile and come to data. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or boostmobile.com for details.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time. We live for the weekend. Whatever your passion, Kenda Tires is there for you. Kenda Tires, designed for your journey.
Getting out in front on the racetrack or on the trail requires every performance edge you can get. Amsoil Synthetic Dirt Bike Oil is formulated to maximize horsepower. Its synthetic base oils reduce energy loss to friction, meaning your engine works less to deliver more power to the ground, helping you get out front and stay out front. Amsoil Synthetic Dirt Bike Oil. Out front performance.
All right, Scott, next up, 1600 Buggy. I'm going to let you run down this lineup. I did this one by myself yesterday. We got 25 buggies, cars in this class, and this was a very interesting race yesterday. Today, they're racing for the ring. They did race last night, but today is the ring race. So you're going to see some interesting battles, I think, go out there. There's some of them are battling for points, and some of them are just going to run straight for the ring.
It's a matter of strategy. Welcome back, everybody. We're here back at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. It's Keys to the Big House. It's World Championship Day, like Don said. They are battling now for a World Championship title and that big Super Bowl-sized ring. Here's our lineup in the 1600 Light Buggy Division. 25 cars. Here they are on the pole. On Saturday, it's Kai Groff running the 137. Adam Lepick in the 118. Green flag is out. We're underway. Starting third is Tracy Fleischman in the 120. Corey Holcher in the 100. Bo Ambos in the 188, Dylan Marquardt in the 122, Derek Tilkins in the 121, Todd Lemke in the 109, Jake Nelson in the 141, Tony Keepers in the 152, Matt Mullen in the 174, Greg Stingle, our current points leader, in the 172, starts 12th. And outside the inversion is Ben Alcox in the 136, Billy Booth in the 151, Paul Hayward in the 115, Craig Rabe in the 126, Tom Benevenuti in the 156 out of Canada, Stephanie Padel in 144, Pete Delory in the 199, Anna Rabe in the 124, Jerry Windmuller in the 112, Josh Sakowitz in the 119, Greg Booth in 134, McKenna Envik in the 173, and Cody Otson in the 104 as they head down into the gravel pit turn for the first time. And Stingle already up front. Do we mail it in? Do we just send him the ring right now, Don?
You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. These guys, there's some guys out there that have the potential to give Stingle a run for his money, and you're going to see Tilkins right behind them.
Well, we saw a little bit of a battle at Park River.
Out there too. That's not afraid to battle a little bit with Stingle.
Was it 13
yep.
He is? I think 13 years old.
And I think he's driving today, from what our sheets are showing.
That would be Jaden. Actually, Archie saw that he's running tomorrow. So are you really think that Todd would let him run for a ring today and not Todd himself? Really? Even though
What we got here, Scott.
Stingle made a mistake.
Stingle goes way wide.
Oh, man, you don't see that very often out of that driver. He went way wide and got a little squirrely in the Argonne corners. They're now 4 wide, well back in the pack. And here comes Tilkens now into that final turn right at the starting line. He breaks early, ducks to the inside, scrubs up a little speed. Stingle should have the momentum and speed on the outside. He comes back alongside. They're now side by side. No, Stingle will take the lead. Great shot right there as they head into the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1.
141, Nelson in third. And we got a whole pile behind them, and it's anybody's game back there. They're battling real hard. Stingle's still holding out for the lead. I think Tilken's got a chance. He's showing that he's running a different line than Greg. And if he can make that line work when this track comes to him.
Yeah, Tilkens is a good spot right now. Let Stingle have fun up front till the competition yell, and then you know what? Here's all my cards I've been playing.
Absolutely, and I think this is going to be a good race between the top 3, Scott.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Corey Holcher down at the parade downtown yesterday afternoon as he was hanging out with his car, and what a cool young guy. Big, beefy dude, but just such a cool personality, and we were talking to some families here from California and the Arizona area with their mod carts, and he recognized the fact that these mod carts are a little bit quicker than the buggies, but he's like, you know what, and your butt's only about 2 inches off the ground or 3 inches off the ground, and you have 20-plus cars in the field, it gets pretty exciting as well.
And if he's a big boy, he ain't going to fit in that little cars.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can't push those seats too
Greg
far back.
Stingle still has the lead, but not easy run. He's running the outside, he's running the inside. And
man.
You can see Tilkens is running a different line.
Yeah, he ran a really good line, and he somehow made a shorter line, but kept that momentum up to the corner. Didn't scrub off any speed. Didn't use a lot of brakes. So that tells me he's right now. Stingle has had the habit of always running away. A lot of races this year, he's had the lead early and just checked out in the first half, and you knew he was strong. He's not checking out this time.
No, these guys are running up to Greg's speed. He's been doing this for a long time. He knows the tricks. He knows the tracks. And these guys are starting to get some lap times in, too. So they're catching right up. And Nelson's not out of the game neither. He's waiting for these two to start battling. And if they these are open-wheel buggies.
Yeah.
That's all they got to do is tangle a little bit. Nelson could be putting a ring on.
And the thing is, too, these things run stock VW, stock Vedal components, suspension components, spindles, A-arms, not A-arms, but all the trailing arms, all that kind of stuff. It's all stock, all factory. None of it's fabricated, so it's not been beefed up. So it's kind of, I don't want to say frail, but it's not heavy duty. So the whole point of this class is to keep it very, very cheap, very economical, so anyone can 180. Man, oh man, these guys just, I'm telling you, I like Tilken's lines. He's running a much tighter line, but not scribbling off speed in doing so. Meanwhile, Stingle's being forced to go to the outside to keep that same momentum up. So he's running an outside line.
So if you look at these chassis, we talked about that, Scott. You said it's all VW, it's all stock components, but the chassis are a little different. Everybody's got their own different design on how they want to build a forward chassis, or the roof design's a little bit different. And to me, it seems like the forward cab design chassis seem to be the faster ones out front right now.
It's funny you bring that up because, again, that was something we talked about with Corey Holter yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He says for the longest time they couldn't get that car to turn. They couldn't get it couldn't turn, and they moved the seat. That's how big this kid is. They moved the seat forward about, I think he said 4 to 6 inches, and he goes, it's night and day difference.
Throw a little more weight on the front of that.
Bring it to the front.
Make it turn. And
so Greg Stingle running up front, Derek Tilkens in set, and Jake Nelson right now running in that third spot, Matt Mullen back in fourth.
Should be coming up in a lap here, and we're going to gather these guys back up, and they basically get to do a complete restart, and Stingle's going to have to figure out what his strategy is going to be at that point. Is he going to hold them, or is he going to take off? Greg Stingle, I don't think is going to wait. He's going to take off. He wants to get as far away as Tilkens as he possibly can. And Nelson's just waiting. He wants to get caught back up to these guys.
Yeah, Tilkins looked like he fell back about a car length or two on that last lap, and maybe Stingle is using this the lap or two before the competition yellow to kind of make a statement.
Yeah, I think Tilkins is just trying any other groove because he knows he can't follow Greg to pass him. He's got to run a different groove. So he's opportunity right now to do that because he knows the competition is going to come. They'll gather back up, so he can kind of play around a little bit. He has no pressure from the back. So let's watch them when they go into this gravel pit turn.
The Polaris Razor gravel pit turn, yeah. Walker Evans' legendary launch.
Yeah, and let's see what.
Speaking of which,
Walker Evans is here. I got to go find him. We got to sit down and have a conversation. I need another autograph, I'm sure.
Yeah, Stingle's not exactly setting the world on fire with the speed right now. He knows the comp yellow is coming out right now. So, boy, all these guys are kind of like in the save the car mode, I think, on this last lap before the comp yellow. And there it is, the simultaneous red and yellow flag.
Greg Stingle.
Stingle crosses the line. Derek Tilkins running in third. It should be Mullen. Yeah, Matt Mullen crosses the line.
Okay.
Yeah, Nelson in the fourth spot. So, and I believe Tilkins and Mullen are running identical chassis, if I understand it correctly. There.
So we got a bunch of battles going on.
Yeah, there's been a lot. A little bit further back, all kinds of passes going on back in the.
Now, we've talked about this all year. These guys will spread out at the halfway point. They'll do the restart, and it seems like everybody kind of gets their home, and then the last lap, they all gather back up. So I don't know if the leader's slowing down.
You got your class. Hey, Superstock was no different, man. I'm telling you.
I think you just give it all it's got in the last lap, and the leaders may be comfortable thinking, I'm leading this thing, and the last lap usually gets interesting.
We may have an issue with one of the cars further back in the pack. As you can see him, whoever it is, ducked to the outside. They're passing cars. And now he must have got the okay from, because they have to radio USAC.
Yep. Okay.
They radio him back saying, okay, no problem, pass. We got to get to the hot pits. They're allowed to pass the pace truck. That's the big thing. They're allowed to pass
to get the permission from the pace truck so they know what's going on.
Just out of camera sight.
He'll head into the pits. Maybe he's got a low tire. Maybe he's got something going on. He'll head into the pits. He's got opportunity to get it fixed. He's got a couple seconds, I suppose, huh, Scott? He'll start in the back, but he's still going to be on the lead lap.
Yeah, and the thing is, if it's something like this, the common, I guess it's courtesy of USAC. They have Richie Kuloff, who's driving the pace truck, slow down a little bit more to make it fair, to give him a chance, whoever it is in the hot pits, whatever class it is that they're running. And looks like on the left side of the screen, you have somebody slowing. Okay, back underway. But they'll slow down the pace truck to give whoever's in the hot pits a chance to come back out. Now, they just can't peel back out onto the track like right now. They, like you said, they have to fall back to the pack. They hold them at the end on the right side of the screen. You see that long blue wall. They'll hold them at the end of that blue wall, let the entire line go by, and then let them peel back into order.
Basically the same thing they do for a black flag.
Yeah.
Come into the pit wall, they wait, they have a guy in the end that'll hold them to make sure it's safe for them to go out, and they're not going to let them out until the last
there's a cool camera shot. Oh, boy.
Very nice.
How about
Very
Tilkins,
nice.
man? He's right on that back bumper of Stingle. Here we go. Face says he's back up on his perch, getting ready to throw the green flag.
And we had a couple passes, Scott, that cannot pass until they hit that green flag, and there we go.
They got to stay right in line until they cross where Faye's at.
We may see some black flags come out of that. We'll have to watch and see. And look at Tilkins. He is hooked right to Greg's rear bumper.
He's doing exactly what he had to do. 188. Oh, Bo Ambos is the car pulling.
He got too excited at that restart, and he thought Greg was going to shoot it right when he got to the cone.
He zigged, and he should have zagged.
Bad day for Bo, but you know what? You get excited, and you're thinking Greg's going to take off, and Greg sandbagged a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
But Tilkins is coming in hard, but he's scrubbing a little too much time
well,
off. Greg's
going
to run consistent. He's going to run his line. He's going to run consistent. And
Greg seems like he can out accelerate coming out of the corners better than Tilkins.
I think Tilkins is
but
going
Tilkins
in a little harder.
Oh boy, is he? Yeah, he's really diving in. Now again, these are all stock components. The brakes, the motor, the transmission—they're all stock. So it's like you basically go to the junkyard and pick it up and just clean it up and run it. But
so I want to see what's going to happen in that Polaris gravel pit turn. That's where you can run hard into that corner. Kurt Leduc used to say, if you can count to 3 before you want to lift, you'll be doing good, but nobody generally can. When you want to lift, you count to 3.
Didn't someone in that sense something about when you see God?
Yeah, then you want to break.
No, when you see God, You wait, then you count to 3 and then brake.
Yeah. that was always, Kurt always did a nice little speech for the rookie drivers that had never been to Crandon before.
He's he's here this weekend, by the way, to hang out, helping up Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Tilkens is really, you know what? You may have called it. Unknowingly, you may have actually called this because I think Tilkens is planning that pass in that corner. Because if he can stay on that back bumper 2-3 corners before he gets there, he's got a shot to duck to the inside.
And here he goes. But the problem with the gravel pit corner is if you're on the inside, you're going to be a little faster. Go outside, you're going to scrub off some of that speed, and he's just
Stingle knew it. Stingle knew it was coming, so he ducked to the inside. He kept that inside line. If he had been 1 car length wider, Tilkens has a better shot at it, but he knows what's coming. So Tilkens has to go into the corner on the outside, well outside, and duck in.
And not scrub off any speed. Once these guys scrub off speed with these, they have a hard time regaining. It's all momentum in this class.
You got to make a run at them.
Yeah.
You got to plan your pass, like we talked earlier about 3-4 corners before you get there.
I guarantee Tilkens
and make a charge after he ducks in. Yeah. After the last lap, then he basically is no longer scored.
Yeah, they stopped scoring them, and that's it. But generally, the guys will go in depending on what's going on. Right away, they'll serve it, or if they have a little battle, they feel they can get a little distance, they'll wait a lap or 2.
Here comes Mullen. He's running in that 3rd spot a little bit further back, but he's making a run up to the front. And Tilkens is not as close as he was in the last lap, so he's gonna try to do that Polaris Razor gravel pit turn pass one more time. He's got to get a lot closer. His time is starting to run out. Looks like white flag may be coming out this time by. Oh, yeah, he's really gapped out. Look at Stingle right now as he go into that Polaris Razor gravel pit turn. Big gap. In fact, Mullen is closer to second than Tilkens is to the lead. So we may have a pass for that 2nd spot.
The 188 Scott still did not serve that black flag. We're coming out to white. We're coming to white this lap, so he's going to have to go in.
Yeah, he's got to, yeah.
Stingle's pulling.
3-2 flat. Paul Hayward back in the 5th spot, 144.6. So it drops off pretty quick from that 4th spot on back. 2 seconds per lap time. So top 3 guys are pretty quick right now. Here come our leaders out of that tight left-hand 180. Stingle has a nice lead. Back to, Tilkens. Yeah, he's really gapped it out.
Watch these buggies now when they land. Watch Stingle when he comes over the first jump. He doesn't have a bounce. He's got beautiful suspension, and I think that little bit's going to makes him a little faster.
Maybe, just maybe, he out-pokered Tilkens. And, there's always that possibility, too. I wouldn't
Yeah, Greg's putting some nice ground between him and second place. Comfortable.
May have to start calling him Maverick.
Yeah, and I think he's got a couple of rings, too. He's been at this for a while. We'll find out.
Nice, tight inside line. Tilkens has got nothing for him. One final time up over the Walker Evans legendary Lodge Zone into the final corner and the AMSOIL finish line. It looks like the 2015 World Championship is going to that driver right there, Greg Stingle. There's the checkered flag, and there's your world champion. Greg Stingle will add another one to his resume as Derek Tilkens will finish 2nd, Matt Mullen 3rd. And the rest of the field crosses the line well on back. It's Tony Keepers in 4th, Paul Hayward 5th. Cody Otson, Craig Rabe, Todd Lemke on back. And once again, we'll send Don Demney down to the podium for our winning interview, our top 3 drivers. There's our flagman right there at the AMSOIL finish line, waving the checkered flag for our light buggy division. Once again, we have a fantastic day here in the making at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. And we are completing right now our single buggy race and setting our top 3 finishers and our new world champion up to the podium. AMSOIL, quality. Okay. Quality and performance do not have to be expensive. It's breakdowns that cost you real money. Protect your equipment with long-life synthetic oils and fluids from AMSOIL. The pulse of performance. Talk to a dealer today or visit AMSOIL.com. GoPro, maker of the world's most versatile cameras, enabling people to capture compelling, immersive photo and video content, is proud to be the official camera sponsor of the Torc Off-Road Championship. Visit GoPro.com for the latest news and videos. And Arturo Tires. Race fans, Arturo Tires is proud to sponsor another exciting day at the races. Each visit their booth or go to Arturo.com. Did you know Pep Boys is now the largest speed shop chain? PepBoys.com/speed shop to check out all the speed shop locations nationwide. Tire of choice for the number 27 Pro Light of Sean Morris. Visit their display area here at the track to find out why Kenda Tires designed for your journey. Sniper? That's Chris Kyle. That's who that is. Yeah. That's his logo that he came up with before he passed over was killed. That Guardian cross that's in the eye, that signifies his best friend who was killed by a sniper, shot in the eye. Yeah. So I got to meet and hang out with Wayne Kyle, his dad, this year. Yeah. Really cool guy.
The official off-road vehicle of Crandon Raceway and sponsor of the rugged and gravel pit. Traxxas, the fastest name in radio control. This is the World Championship Arson track, sponsored by Traxxas to watch racers all weekend long. Cars, parts, repairs, and accessories are available at the retail trailer near the pit gate. Well, it looks like getting ready to do our interviews. We're going to be sending it down to Don in just a few minutes.
Sounds like Don's right down at the podium. Looks like Don Demney's at the podium, ready with our top three finishers and another 2015 World Champion. Don?
All right, Scott, we got Light Buggy down here. What a race. That was a battle all the way to the last guy. We have in third place, Matt Mullen. At one point there, it was anybody's race. I think Greg thought maybe he had it wrapped up, but when he looked in his mirror, which he probably doesn't have one, you guys were right there ready.
Yeah, it was fun. At competition yellow, Greg first, Derek second, I was third, and Nelson was fourth. So I was just hoping maybe Greg would just maybe get out of the way for us or something. But it was fun. The track was really good. So yeah, I couldn't complain about that.
Let's talk about your sponsors and your car there. That's a good-looking car. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I own Badger Race Wraps, so thing hopefully looks good all the time like that. Just got to thank all the people that helped me, my mom, dad, my grandma and grandpa, Greg and Kara Wickman, Bruce and Sue Tokens and Derek, Gina and her parents, and then all the sponsors, Madman Chassis, Badger Race Wraps, Pro World Race Parts, Ben Jones Inc., 636 Photo, Eric Wenzel too for everything he does, Oshkosh Tattoo, Off-Road Supply, Hooven, and all the people who offered me a motor this weekend because we broke ours in Bark River. So everybody, thank you very much.
I bet you Greg didn't offer you his motor though, did he?
He offered me the spare motor. He wouldn't give me the good one, but he did offer me the spare.
All right, in second place, Derek Tilkins. We were watching that race. You were on the inside. You were on the outside. Right before the competition yellow, you were trying any line. What was the conversation between you and your spotter? What was your strategy to get around Greg?
Well, we just tried everything. It's all about momentum. So I tried the inside, and I could get next to him, but you just couldn't get there. So I was trying the outside and get up to his bumper, and then it was just back and forth. And, well, before the competition yellow, we just backed off because he said Matt was back a ways. So he was saving it and tried to get him in the first lap after the yellow, because then you get that little separation. It's so hard to catch back up with these things. But track was great. I mean, it was a fun time.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some of your sponsors.
I got to thank, first of all, Mom and Dad, all family and friends that are here. Mullen's whole crew, they come every weekend. I got to thank Bad Man Race Chassis, Badger Race Wraps, Pro World Race Parts, Cooper Tires, and Amsoil. Thanks a lot.
All right, on top of the box, once again, Greg Stingel wins the ring. How many rings do you have, Greg? You got to have a whole handful.
2.
2? That's it. Well, then you needed this race. I tell you what, these guys were behind you. You didn't walk away from this like we predicted in the beginning of it. At the halfway point, there was battles all the way to the back. We had a couple black flags because people were getting anxious, but you guys ran a good race, clean race. What were you thinking when you seen him come alongside?
Well, I knew he was trying everything he could. I've done it trying it behind him, too. So he was actually helping me to tell me I was in the right spot because it wasn't working for him. He tried tighter on the inside when it got drier, and he'd come out about the same place every time. So I knew that wasn't getting any better what we had. And as long as I just kept hitting my marks and didn't screw up, I knew I was in a good position not to give it away.
And the track was in phenomenal condition. You actually could run too wide. Derek was on the outside a few times trying to get around you, and he wasn't scrubbing off a lot of speed.
No, traffic was perfect. The first 2 laps, like usual, was a little wet, but it wasn't overwatered. We had a great track. It came around. That's when you can start trying other lines. The first lap or 2, you want to try to single file it until you learn where the wet spots are. But a lot of them, as the day goes on, they dry out, so you can try using other lanes.
And you got a car full of sponsors. Let's see if we can get through these before we got to start the next race.
Badger State Trucking, A&S Board Walls, Ben Small Engine, Sassy's Bar and Grill, Country Bar, Lakeshore Cleaners. I got also like BFG, Amsoil. I mean, these guys have been great. They've been supporting us for years. Launderville Steel came aboard this year, so did Pointet Metalworks. To help sponsor a lot of the sportsmen. Without them, we couldn't be doing this. Crandon did a great job, too. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything better.
What a great season. We got some Amsoil certificates for all 3 of you guys, and give it up one more time for Light Buggy.
Is checking my tires. The same way you take a few moments to check your mirror position and buckle up, you should also make it a point to check your tires before every long road trip and at least once a month. Check your tires and know before you go. See you on the road.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with the K&N High Flow Air Filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell. horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Welcome back once again, everybody. We're here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. We are in the beautiful north woods of Wisconsin. As we're getting for our next race, we've got great weather, Don. You've been running back and forth from the podium doing the interviews. What do you think so far?
I think we're going to put a zip line in from here all the way down to the podium, a lot faster. But the weather is phenomenal. Everybody's just loving the track out there. There's not one line. There's 2 lines. So even the light buggies are ready to go back out and battle again tomorrow. They're loving the track. We got limited 4x4 and Formula 4x4, Scott. We got a combined class again.
Once again, 2 classes. There's the famous water truck. I think one guy does it for like 2-3 years and kind of builds up his right arm when he's swinging that thing back and forth. They have to replace him with another guy. I know Cliff used to do that for a long time.
Cliff runs. He might be driving or he might be on top. We have to take a close look. He's out there making that track absolutely perfect for these guys.
Well, we got less than a couple of minutes, less than 2 minutes before our next race. Once again, it's limited 4s and Formula 4x4. Again, this is a situation with 2 simultaneous flags. 2 separate flags, so there's going to be a big gap between both classes. So once again, limited 4s have 1 number. Formula 4x4 start with a number 4. So here's our limited 4 starting grid. And we start in the front row with, on the pole, it'll be Jerry Conrad in the 497, Milan Mesnick in the 69, Dan Badeau, our current points leader in the 17. Outside that inversion is Al Drews in the 32 and Garrett Bancroft in the 7. That's limited 4. Now, Formula 4x4, which is short wheelbase 4-wheel drive. Don, what's our lineup there?
We got Mike Platz in the 454, Dave Maya in the 475, Justin Monty in the 424. Current points leader, Ryan Redbin in the 402, Rob Whiteland in the 421, Dave
DeMade
in the 496, Brad LaMarche in the 71, and Joe Wood in the 431. We got a couple guys, Scott, that are back that haven't been here all year. They're coming for the ring.
Well, there's some guys that just don't race.
And the world champion, and Crandon, and it's the whole picture that brings these guys out, and this is just a phenomenal track, phenomenal
There's
facility.
A cool shot.
Yeah, Cowboy.
Hey, boy, what are you doing there? No, wait, over here. No,
he's
over here.
the boss.
Oh.
He's going to tell you where to go, and you don't move an inch forward. You move an inch forward, he'll push you back.
He's like, okay, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
See that spot up there? You're not going to go there. Okay, you? Where the hell have you been? You haven't been here all year long. What's your problem, man?
Back up.
Back up.
So
you too. Back up.
He is the man out there. He will get these guys
Cowboy
organized.
whipping the whip.
Yep. And he will organize them. He'll have them all perfect, ready to go, and he'll shoot them up the
Okay.
fade.
Now, okay, move forward. I was wrong. I didn't want you to move back. I want you to come back up here.
Now watch. When he tells them to stop, they stop.
Okay, you're good. All right.
No, he wants them to back up.
No, you're not good. Okay, hold it. Okay. Stay right there. Okay. No, I said, okay, come forward. You, over there.
They're just testing the transmission in that one. They had some transmission problems earlier, and I think they're just going to make sure the reverse works. The 496 pulling up there. Dave and Cowboy's going to run up front, and he's going to – he's got a long ways to go.
We got to go with a theme song for him,
He's
you know?
got 3 rows
Flight
here
of the
that
Bumblebees or something, you know?
And it's slippery out there, Scott. That's mud. It's slippery.
Yep. And I would say over all the years he's been doing that, he's never did the face plant. Nope.
I wonder if he's got those little ice fishing prongs on the bottom of his boots. You probably don't know anything about that being from California, but they have a little hook that you can put on your boot. And
there's something about a couch and a fireplace on a cold winter day as compared to sitting on the world's largest ice cube.
Sure.
Looking at a hole.
We love it. Oh, we got a little smoke.
Oh, man. Dan Badeau. Right. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Garrett Bancroft right away. There's Cowboy giving one final A-OK to our drivers. They're giving a thumbs up in return or a nod. And then in the far left side, you'll see Face Desney someplace up there in the Rugged Radio Starters Tower.
And we got 3 rows, Scott.
There's the green flag. We're underway. Here we go. Limited 4 and Formula 4x4.
Who's it going to be? Around corner 1 and the first group.
Here's the limited 4s. I'm going to guess it's going to be Dan Badeau.
I'm saying
the big fish in a little pond.
Dan Badeau, Jerry Conrad, Milan, they're all in the battle.
Man, Milan got a big, big wave of roost into his truck. He actually had to tap the brake because he wasn't sure where he was going. He had no vision there for a bit.
And our second bunch should be coming right now, Scott. Green Flag Racing.
Big field of short wheelbase 4-wheel drives. Here they come into the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1.
You know, they talk about the land rush start. That's not smooth. There's some jumps out there.
Oh, no, but there's a smoother line somewhere.
Along the wall is the smoothest line, and way out on the track. Right in the middle, you think is going to be the fastest, and then, surprise,
keeps
there's
kicking
a jump.
you around, yeah. I kind of remember that line.
Yeah, you were there once.
Yeah, and never again. By choice.
We already got past in first lap, and these guys are trying to get in their comfort zone.
Dan Bedell currently has the lead in limited fours. Jerry Conrad second, Milan Mesnick, Al Drews, Garrett Bancroft as they're making the way through the Argonne corner. Way wide, finding that dry ground, trying to get out of that mud a little bit.
And remember, Scott, these guys are four-wheel drive. They can run out in that loose.
Yeah.
And,
point it and go.
Yeah, point it and go. And watching this hairpin, let's see what they're going to do. Everybody's going to stay up on the berm.
It just helps you turn, man. It's kind of like having the wedge.
I like being in on that tree, Scott, right tight, in on the inside. It just, to me, seemed to be a little faster, but not always.
That's why you're retired.
Not always. Yeah. I'm retired because I wanted to work with you.
Oh, please. You never had that. If you knew this was going to happen, you'd still be racing.
Absolutely. It's way less work.
Here comes our Formula 4x4 now. A short wheelbase four-wheel drive through the Argonne corner down the back straightaway. Starting to gap up quite a bit.
And we got all eras of vehicles out there. We have the older Fords, the newer Fords, the Jeeps. There's a good combination. Chevrolet going around the corner.
Dave DeMade and Ryan Redmond having a good little battle going on in Formula 4x4 as they duck out a screen on the right side of the monitor here. Now we go back up front. There's Dan Bedell completing lap number 2. He's just a skosh away from having enough money to run in a full-blown Pro 4, and that's what that truck is. Basically, the chassis, just a few, 200, 250 horse down.
Exactly. And Jerry Conrad, which is in second place in Milan, have a different chassis. Their chassis was built just for this class. So their chassis is a little bit different than Dan's is, a little narrower, but obviously Dan doesn't always have the advantage. He hasn't dominated.
Here's second place right now, Jerry Conrad. Coming around that left-hand 180, handles it nice and clean. The body styles look different, but the chassis are the same between him and Milan.
Yep, absolutely.
In fact, it's the both trucks right now in your picture behind that dust. Thank you, Dan Bedell. But right there's Milan Mesnick right behind Jerry Conrad. Conrad just ducked out to the left side. There's a good shot. Both those trucks are identical chassis. Those are standardized chassis with restrictions. Like you said, built for this class. It just so happens that Dan Bedell built that truck, Pro 4 chassis, and put restrictions on it that can be converted back to a Pro 4. So a little bit of the difference, and we got one truck right there going, showing some smoke.
And we lost Garrett Bancroft. I think he lost a tire somewhere, Scott. We lost him out there.
Yeah, he didn't.
Hopefully he's able to get in the pits if he was able and get back out yet before the competition yellow.
He didn't even complete a lap, it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. Dan Bedell, just so strong. If we go back to this, the soda days and early core days, he ran, 3 buggies, I think, in 4 different classes. And there were more than a few times he would clean sweep the entire weekend. And this is back when we had Class 1s. And he would run a Class 9 car, go out there and win, go back into the pits and do an engine swap and put a big Buick V6, I think it was, in that thing, if you remember.
I remember a lot of that going on. Greaves, they would, they'd be racing one while they're swapping a motor in another. And good thing those days are gone because that crew had a lot to do in between races. Al Drews, he's coming on strong, too. That track's drying out a little bit, and I think he likes a little drier track. They are four-wheel drive. They can run any groove they need to out there.
There's Milan Mesnick out of the Appleton, Wisconsin area. Al Drews right behind him out of Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Now, those guys pit together, so this might be a little interesting when competition yellow comes.
If you remember the Bark River race, they were kind of tapping on each other a little bit, and they weren't. I think, if I remember right, Al Drews even got a black flag out of it, if I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know he was working on body panels for Milan because I think that's the deal.
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Al's always smiling. You know, and we have Dan Badeau, too, quietest guy, hard to spark up a conversation, but boy, you know, when he comes to building this equipment, he builds.
Very, very, very good fabricator. Right now, they're all putting a lap on Robert Wayland, who's in a 4x4, but with mechanical issues. And it looks like Joe Wood is pulled off the track also in the 431. So a couple of Formula 4x4s having mechanical issues. And right there, once again, there's Conrad, Milan Mesnick, and Al Drews.
It's going to be an interesting race, Scott, once this competition yellow comes, and I think we got a lap or two. This is going fast today. These tracks in perfect conditions. We're not seeing a lot of yellows. The track crew is doing a phenomenal job. If someone blows a tire, or they're getting them off the track. They're moving right along.
Yeah, jeepers. Just the gap back to second place in the last lap was about 10.5 seconds from Dan Badeau to Conrad. We haven't even seen Badeau or heard of him in the last 2 laps. He's just gone in a whole different zip code.
Yeah, he definitely checked out, but we got a battle. We're going to have a battle for second. I can guarantee you that. Here comes Al Drews. He's coming on strong. He knows that competition yellow's coming. Their spotters are telling him, and he needs to be right up in the game at that point. There's our competition yellow.
Yeah, competition yellow's coming out this time by. Al Drews is going to come around in second. I'm sorry, third. No, fourth. Jeez.
Look at him over the top of that wall. Like I said, four-wheel drive. They can run the outside of that. I was never able to run a four-wheel drive. I wish we could have done that to run that outside of that berm.
So coming across the line, Dan Badeau has collected the competition yellow. Running up front, Jerry Conrad second, Milan Mesnick third, Al Drews fourth. And coming across the line, Dave Mia, Ryan Redmond, Brad LaMarche will be collecting the comp yellow as well. They've got a really good battle going on a little bit further back in the Formula 4x4 as well. I mean, that's just how different these classes are. I mean, we've had the camera now on the Amsoil finish line for a good long period of time, and limited fours have all been checked out from the rest of the field. And I think this is the first weekend we've done the big gap between the two classes, which basically, instead of one green flag, just different rows, you'd find yourself in the middle of all the different classes. Now you're racing against just the guys that are in your class with the way you've staggered the start.
And there's a formula. You know, they look at lap times to figure out how long of a delay till they run the next class, and I think they're doing a phenomenal job. These guys aren't intermingling with each other. They're not affecting, the ring, obviously, and the world champion. So I think they're doing a great job. They have that.
Yeah, it was a good call to even do that, to institute that this weekend, to have the big stagger start. 2 pace trucks to kind of keep that gap under competition yellow. Usually we'd throw out the comp yellow, and all of a sudden everybody be together. Yeah.
So if we had a limited 4 in the back, Scott, do they let them pass and catch up to the back of the limited 4, or do they keep them back there?
Yeah, they keep them back there. No, they don't keep them back there. They're allowed to move up, into the class. You know what? I want everyone to look about 1 o'clock on the screen. You see 2 scissor lifts, and they're actually in the pit area. And I want you to remember back quite a few years, all of a sudden it's like some of these big dollar pro race teams started showing up and renting those things. Mm-hmm. The first guy to ever rent one of those, all of a sudden the Herzog's pipe, jumped on one, and Flannery's jumped on one. I think we had like 5 or 6 one year. Who was the first one to ever rent a scissors lift and utilize the bird's eye view of the entire racetrack?
Walker Evans.
No. You know him very well. Kurt Leduc.
Kurt Leduc.
And that's Kurt Leduc up there right now.
Right.
Yep, that's Kurt up there right now.
Give us a big wave, Kurt.
Yeah, see that dark T-shirt up there? And that. Hey, Kurt, if you can hear us, wave him. You're on camera, man. He's too busy talking about the old days.
He's too high up there. He can't hear us.
Green flag is out, yeah. Limited 4 is back underway. Dan Badeau quickly gets on the gas and pulls away. Try to get that gap back that he had at the first half. Milan Mesnick running in second. I'm sorry, Jerry Conrad in second right behind. Milan's going to try and make a race out of second now with Conrad, I'm sure.
Conrad took a few years off. He's back this year, and these guys are just having a blast. We were at their pits last night, and they're just having the time of their life. And now we're going to have the restart of the Formula 4x4.
Yeah, we've got Dave Mia running up front in that red Bronco. Always a front runner, but he's got his hands full right now with Brad LaMarche in that white, I call it, I guess, a pickup truck. Usually the Formula 4x4s are Broncos and such.
Bronco, four-wheel drive Blazers.
Mm-hmm. So here come the Formula 4x4s as they head towards that AMSOIL finish line.
We got a battle there. First, second, third, all side by side.
You know, you're in trouble.
Why is that?
Kimberly just walked up here, so you're in trouble.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You'll protect me.
Oh, heck I will. Through the Parsons Chevrolet chicane. Now a shot of the Argonne corner. The long backstretch straightaway. Again, this is a shot. It's too bad the fans don't have a chance to
but that's
view
a great
this
part
live.
Of Crandon, Scott, because this is that's a great passing location. So you're all waiting for corner one. Who's going to come around first? Who's going to come around first? And there's a lot of passing that goes back there, and it's always interesting to see. That's where I like to sit, right up in the Farmer John section, up in the grandstands, and I can see who's going to come around the corner. First, second, third, and there's always a battle back there. And there's some pretty good crashing that goes on back there, too.
Juan Mesnick making a great run at Jerry Conrad for second in the limited fours.
I'm so glad to see these guys back. And Jerry.
Isn't there one more of these trucks out there somewhere?
There is one more.
I think it's in New Jersey.
Oh, there's one sitting here.
No, that's an actual Pro 4.
Okay.
But there's another one of the limited fours chassis.
We need to get
that
them
is for
back
sale.
out here.
I think it's.
Get them back out here. This
He
is
might even be
class.
listening.
All right, this is a growing
So quit
class.
quit
Let's
running
get
in
it
New
going.
Jersey out in the woods and bouncing off stumps. Come out here to a real racetrack, Liam O'Donnell.
And obviously, these trucks are competitive. Look
Yeah.
at them. They're battling side by side.
Lee O'Donnell needs to get off his butt, off the couch right now, watching the laptop, and get that truck out here running on a real track.
Isn't he? Is he still monster trucking or?
Yeah. I don't know what truck he's driving now.
Jerry Conrad just has his fingers crossed and driving at the same time. And Al Drews is just hanging back smiling. You know, Al, always smiling, always happy. He don't care if he's in first or last. He's just having the time of his life. He had to take a round or two off. He had some engine problems, got everything back together, and him and Milan are going to battle before the end of this race.
Oh, without a doubt. And, you know, the thing is, Milan is really like, I don't know if he's taken a lot more vitamins or what, but he's been fast this year.
He came around, and Al's even got a little flame popping on when he's landing. Kind of looks like a Johnny Greaves Pro truck.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow, we're getting lap times right now at Dan Badeau. His best lap is a 1:26.49. So if we can, we'll have to check out what qualifying was in Pro 4 earlier today. 1:26.49 for Dan Badeau right now in the limited fours. Nearly perfect track conditions. There's a lot of traction, not a lot of dust.
The track is in such great condition, Scott. You're going to see some really fast lap times today. These guys, I mean, just look at, there's no holes coming out yet. The rocks are down. Everything is where it needs to be. It's not too wet. It's not too dry. We're not seeing a lot of dust.
Yeah.
The weather's
I don't see any blue grooving going on either. As long as that sun
this
stays behind the clouds, we're going to have a great, great track.
It's going to be interesting when we get these pros out here. These guys are going to set some records today. I just have a funny feeling, Scott, they're going to set some track records today.
I got a call, a friend of mine, Zimmy, down in Chicago, had surgery last week. There's been a lifelong guy coming up here and hanging out with the Wentz across the racetrack. And at the entrance of the house right here at the racetrack, but he couldn't make it this year. He's got a picture of him, a selfie in front of his big screen down in Chicago. So, Zimmy, we miss you. Wish you were here, bud. And thanks for sending the message. He's a huge Chicago Bears fan, so it's a good thing he's not here.
White flag out. Jerry Conrad, Al Drews, Milan. The only one we lost was Jerry. We lost him in the first lap, so he's sitting on the side, not too happy, but we got the whole battle here yet in limited 4. Formula 4x4 coming around right behind him. And Dan Badeau is setting down some phenomenal track records, I think, for this class.
Yeah, I also want to call out, I got a message from Keith John Holtz, who has raced in the Formula 4x4 division. He is battling some serious health issues right now, so keep one of our racers in your prayers. And also, by the way, my wife is watching back at home in California, and she says, you know what, if you have a problem getting to and from the podium, she says, get a horse.
Get a horse.
Get a horse.
Yeah. I'm thinking zip line. Zip line, we could fight over it. Who gets to go down there first?
So we got a great battle going on right now. Milan Mesnik in that black truck, number 69, right now running in third, trying to track down the second place of Jerry Conrad, right there, 2 truck lengths in front.
Let's see what Milan does in the Polaris gravel pit turn. He's either going to go wide and hot, or he's just going to settle for third, because this is where he's going to have to get it done.
Yeah, Conrad was actually quicker through that corner, I think.
He's got one more. And we got lap traffic that's going to get involved here,
No,
Scott.
not at all. He'll be able to clear it. And, yeah, he'll pull off to the side. Dan Badolo to be cautious. And there's our world champion in the limited fours. And coming across the line is Conrad. Mesnik in third. Fourth is Al Drews. Let's see. Now we're waiting for the rest of the field to come by. We got a great race now going on in the Formula 4x4s. That's what's going to be real tricky between Dave Mia, Ryan Redmond. We're just about bumper to bumper. As we're trying to locate, there's Dave Mia right now in the Ponzi turn number 2, right by the barn, headed past the skyboxes down the back straightaway into the Polaris Razor gravel pit turn. There's our leader in the Formula 4x4. He's so close to a Super Bowl-sized championship ring. Off the legendary launch. One more corner. And the Amsoil finish line. And there's your 2015 Formula 4x4 World Champion. Dave Mia will cross the line. Ryan Redmond right behind him, as those two checked off from the rest of the field in the Formula 4x4. And it looks like, let's see, Dave Mia, Ryan Redmond. Last time around was Ben. Really?
I think you're scamming timing and scoring, Scott. Someone's got the wrong transponder.
Dave DeMade. Dave DeMade will come across in third. Yeah, we got a crazy name in there. But Dave DeMade will come across in third. Once again, we'll put Don Demony on that horse of his and head down
Horse
to the podium.
called Crandon. How does that sound?
Well, it's a thoroughbred, so you get there pretty quick. Our top 3 finishers in both limited fours and Formula 4 are pulling up to the podium. In the meantime, we'll step aside. And once again, we're here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway for World Championship Weekend. It's Keys to the Big House. We'll be right back after this. Told me they were doing it, but I don't know why. All right. Yeah. I didn't plan on hotspotting. I mean, we got Wi-Fi up here, but no one knows the passwords and the whatever IP address or whatever it's called. No. I tried to be as quiet as possible, man.
Yeah, you were going to say, my throat wouldn't hurt this morning, so I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm snoring.
You in the middle of the night? I want to say about 2 o'clock you were?
Yeah, I was. What I'll do is, usually if I snore my throat, and it's cold inside, my throat will be like, ow.
You caught me waking up I was like, Looks like Don Demony's back down at the podium with our top 3 finishers in 2 different classes, and once again, 2 brand new 2015 world champions. Don?
All right, we got limited 4. We got up on the box first. Milan, what a race. You're on the podium. The truck looked great. The track looked great. You just didn't have that little bit that you needed. You were there the whole race.
Well, I lost that little bit on the second lap when my cylinder started dropping out. I was running on a 7 most of the out of the corners. Straightaway straightened up, but it was too late, you know. They got ahead, so I had to work double hard trying to catch him. But track was awesome. I'm glad all the spectators probably enjoyed the race, and I hope they did. And glad running against these guys. Hopefully this is not the last time, but you never know. And they put on a great show ahead of us, and I think we were fairly close and put on a good show for you guys.
Yeah, it looked great. Let's talk about a couple of the sponsors you have on your truck.
Well, I want to thank all the sponsors, especially the ATD transmission that's standing up to all the abuse. BFG tires that don't give me flat and make the truck go pretty good. And Wagner Motorsport for doing the engine that works pretty decent. I'm really happy with it. And I want to thank my family, my boys, and because I have my daughter and a son here for the first time since 2010, and his wife. And I want to thank for LT showing up finally, which was my crew chief that I built a truck with. And he had still some cancer or still some transplant. And today is his 2nd birthday since being born again. So I'm glad he could be here for this. I was hoping to be on top of the box, but it didn't work out.
You're on the box. That's all that matters today. You did a great job. In 2nd place, Jerry Conrad. You take a couple years off, you come back, and you're very competitive. Your girls got real big, and, you know, this is what racing's all about. It's fun, it's family, and it's a little bit of a party when you stop by your pits.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were pretty good last night, but, hey, we're up here today, so we're going to tear up tonight. So swing on by and have one.
All right, let's talk about that. You got a good-looking truck out there. I can see the Conrad on the side. There is no doubt when I'm looking on the track where you're at.
Yeah, rap guy out of Chippewa Falls. He does an awesome job. He's very creative. I told him, you know, we wanted something special for the parade, you know, for the fans and everything, and it does. It looks really nice.
And I know that you have a big sponsor, supports you. It's a family-owned, family-run business. We hear this over and over and over again. Who is that?
Actually, me and my dad started it. I've never gave my dad credit up here, but me and him started that yard 21 years ago, and it was just me and him. And we've grown to 22 employees now, 3 locations. It's great, and it's great to be able to come out and do this.
All right, great job. On top of the box, Dan Bedell still talking race strategy with Milan. What a great race. The track looked like it was in great condition. You had a great hole shot. Garrett, your pit partner there, he lost the tire first lap.
Really?
Yeah, he was out of the game, so the track, talk about track, it looked like it was in great shape.
No, they did a hell of a job on the track. It started to get blue grooved a little bit. Can't remember what corner. No, the chicane. And, you know, Turo tires have been big help this year, but, you know, any DOT is not going to run that blue groove. You know, these guys running project tires, and it helps them quite a bit. Oh, he's saying no.
So let's talk a little bit about some of your sponsors. I see you got a B&L Motorsports. We see a lot of that on a lot of these vehicles out here. They're really involved in this sport, and we're glad to have them.
J&H. But, you know, I can't do this without those guys.
Yeah, and you know what? You got great equipment. You're not breaking down. Everything seems to be well-tuned, and great job today. Let's give it up one more time for these guys. We have some AMSOIL certificates for all 3 of you guys. We'll hand them out quick, and we'll get the next group up. So I need Dave, how do you pronounce that?
DeMade. This is Dave DeMade.
DeMade.
Just think DeMade.
All right, we got our Formula 4x4 guys heading up to the podium. in third place, coming back for the rack this year.
Yeah, this is my first time back in the truck since this race last year. I blew it up last year in a ring race, and it's been sitting ever since. So my son is going to drive it tomorrow. He practiced with it yesterday. I had zero practice in the truck. When I got in and took the greens, the first laps I've made in that truck since last year. So I'm pretty happy with the new motor that we put in it. Handling great. I got to thank my sponsors, MDP Fabrication, Designs, Zolman Tire, especially Mike Platts, and my brother especially for helping me get all the work done to get over here.
And what a great-looking vehicle, great-looking track conditions. It's a little warm out here today, but not bad.
I can handle it.
All right, great job. Second place on the box. Ryan, you've been here before. You're having a great season. The truck's staying together. You know, talk about the race a little bit.
I was just giving her all it had just to try to get Dave, and then Brad got around me, and then it was to the floor the whole time. It was just so much fun. I don't think I've flown so far in Crandon in years.
Yeah, it was looking good. Like I said, the track conditions were perfect today. You couldn't, I think you guys were setting.
It's a team effort. It really is. These Maxxis tires, we put them on last weekend, and they just keep going. Off-road, fraternity, everybody that helps us. The AMSOIL in the truck, everything.
On top of the box today has the ring. We'll get that to you at our banquet on January 30th. Dave Mia and Xavier, you get to hold the trophy. Great job. What a family event. What a race. You know, we have two classes out there. I think they did a phenomenal job with the gap of the start. You guys didn't interfere with each other, and you had your own race going on perfect track conditions.
You're dead on. I mean, that was a great way to split the class up. We didn't interfere with them. They didn't interfere with us. It was awesome. The track, I mean, I've been here a lot, you know, and they got it right on. They really know what they're doing. I got to thank BF Goodrich. Tough tires. I threw it sideways a couple of times, and I think anything else, it had come apart, you know. AMSOIL, we run that and everything in that truck and just hammer down, you know. Casey Highlights, there's a whole bunch of sponsors that help us out, and it all really, really helps us. I got to thank my friend Jason and Allie and Carter for coming out and helping me out this weekend. I got a couple of really expert mud scrapers. That's why it's so fast. Yeah. It's super light because they scrape the mud off. And I really appreciate that, and thank you guys more. And Crandon, awesome.
All right, great job. Give it up one more time for these guys. We have 3 AMSOIL certificates for these guys so they can prep their cars, get brand new AMSOIL in for next year, and run the whole season with it.
Hey.
Was this hum? Was the? He's still going. Is he?
Okay.
Hey, was the hum this bad?
Well, we're back here at Crandon, Wisconsin. It's the keys to the big house. Beautiful weather, beautiful scenery, fantastic racing. Once again, I'm Scott Rain. We got Don Demony, who's been running back and forth to the podium, doing the interviews, and being up here. So,
and I'm itching now, Scott, to get in a truck.
This is your class.
Guess what we got coming?
But before, calm down, take a pill. Okay?
Let's go.
But I'm going to be self-serving here just for a moment. I want everyone to take a look here. This is my wife, and that is her horse, Crandon. For real. She couldn't be here this weekend. So,
all right, we're going to go super stock truck.
She sends a message to everybody. She wishes she was here. She misses everybody. She was here last fall, but that's who she's with right now. She couldn't be at Crandon, so she's with Crandon.
All right, super stock truck starting grid, Scott. We've got to get through this thing. This is the best class in the Sportsman organization.
Here's something we got to talk about. We got a white Chevy Trailblazer that's parked up at the barn right next to the ambulance. Plates number is GW7665, a white Chevy Trailblazer. We have to have it moved right away. So please head up there and take care of it. So now you can have 21 trucks in this race, the largest field we've ever had of super stock. And this guy, I'm just going to step aside because you're ready to explode. Don?
This class is the class to watch. If you're not on the hill, get on the hill.
He's on his way to the tower. Just
on his way to the tower with Kenny Platten and the 820.
Yesterday down the parade, and he was predicting this. He was going for it today.
We got a rollover bat, Scott, right in front, and I don't know who we got.
That's McKasick. No, Soric.
Soric, and that was a bad roll right in the front. I don't know what we're going to do. I bet you we're going to go full course yellow. That was a bad roll.
We're throwing a red flag out. We're stopping the race right now. Red flag is out.
Look at those track workers. They're already at the truck. They're making sure he's okay. That's not what Garrett wanted to see. He wanted to see full racing. He had a beautiful lead. Troy right behind him. Nick Bing right in the heat of the battle. They're all stopped back here in the Polaris gravel pit. They're going to stop them. They're going to hold them. They're going to regroup them. And we're probably going to do a full restart, Scott.
Here's the thing that I really want to emphasize with everybody, and I talk about our safety crew at all the races. What's really, really cool that I like to see is a lot of these guys, it looks like the helmet is off of Matt right now.
And we got tires and we got shocks,
we got parts all over the place. But our safety crew, basically Whitey Brunel, Tom Delicat, and the guys, they are there first. And they take it personal. These are our guys. We take care of them. If there's a problem where they need to call an ambulance over, they stop the EMTs. We take care of them. We get them out of the cars, and then we hand them to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely. The first
that's
thing
awesome.
I've been in that situation, Scott, and the first thing they're doing is they're coming over. Is everything okay? They're going to talk to you, and
they personalize it.
You're in the heat of the battle, and I'm like, just get me back on my wheels. I want to go racing. No, we got to make sure you're okay first.
There he is,
out of the
truck. Matt Stork's out of the truck. He's waved the crowd. In fact, he jumped on the back of the truck. So he kind of did a Adrian Cheney Wildman salute to the crowd.
Not a good way to start the weekend, unfortunately. they'll work all night long. They'll have the truck back on the track tomorrow. But
if it's able,
oh,
there's
yeah.
certain things you got to look at. With a rollover like that, you're talking about a cage issue.
But there's 21 trucks in this class. These guys, after this race, will give him any part he needs to get back on the track.
Yeah, and he's a
they
top
want to
5
race
runner
him on
too.
the track. They got their boxing gloves on now, and they're ready to battle. But after the race is over, if someone's got a part and he needs it, they'll give it to him. They'll get him back on the track for tomorrow.
Wow.
We got the AMSOIL pace truck out there, just kind of gathering these guys back up. We'll probably bring them in the back.
It's going
make
to
sure
take some
everybody's
time.
where they need to be.
I think they might have to flatbed that thing off the way it's sitting on the ground. One tire actually was ripped off, so maybe they can hook it off. But they might have to flatbed it off. I'm not sure, so that's going to take a little bit of extra time. In the meantime, I want to throw this out there. The Broken Dirty team is dedicating this race weekend to a special young man from their community, Kyle Hodkowitz. Kyle is 10 years old and is battling leukemia. He is currently at Children's Hospital in Milwaukee and is watching the live stream. So, Kyle, we're cheering for you, buddy. And he's actually watching, so we ask everyone here at the racetrack, think of Kyle, this young 10-year-old, and say an extra prayer for him. It's pretty cool when you have a young race fan that can't be here, knows the race is going on, tearing his heart out because he can't be here, and he's watching on his laptop sitting in his hospital room in Milwaukee. So, Kyle, hang tough. We're thinking about you, and get your butt up here next spring in June for the spring race.
So I was just told, Scott, we're going to do a rolling 2x2 start, so it'll be just like a restart after the competition yellow. Once we get everything cleaned off on the track, we have the 837. It's a Tom and Tom team. They're both Tom. They both drive. Tom Graff and Tom Varner. Tom Graff's birthday's today. So I think he was supposed to drive today, but I think he's a little under the weather, so they're going to put Tom Varner in the track, in the truck. Let the birthday boy take it easy and sit back and enjoy, and tomorrow we'll have the other Tom. So that's a Tom and Tom show. They're a great bunch of guys. They really, really, really bring this class to the next level as far as having fun.
Yeah. Well, you know what? While we got a minute, it looks like they're actually going to pull. Oh, they're going to the starting line and making it I'm trying to understand what's going on here. The pace truck went off into the grass on the far right side of the monitor, so it looks like they're keeping him out of the wet part of the track. And
Jay Schaefer's kind of stalled there. Hopefully he gets that thing fired back up. He had his first win this year.
Yeah.
No,
he's second.
Yeah,
last lap pass, remember?
Jinxed him, that's right. Yes,
yeah.
I do remember that.
That wasn't me. Gosh.
He was
just
winning.
Because he couldn't hold his line in the last lap.
He had it until you made the call. And
I want to let everybody know also Johnny Greaves is down in the Fox booth right now signing autographs. So if you want to go meet Johnny Greaves, and get pictures and autographs, stop down at the Fox trailer right now. He's there, I believe, with a bunch of other guys too as well. And if we have a moment, I want to bring up the whole flat Ari Cooper tire thing. So we got these cool things. He actually caught on fire in Bark River.
And jumped out.
And he did, but he did up in the booth too. He came up into the booth and he caught on fire there. So me and Robbie had to put him out.
Oh, the flat Ari had a fire too.
The flat Ari caught on fire too.
Oh, okay.
So we want everyone to follow at Team Cooper Tire on Twitter or Instagram and use the hashtags Team Cooper Tire or hashtag SST Pro with a photo of flat Ari, which you can pick up at the Cooper Tire trailer when you first walk in, for your chance to win a set of SST Pro tires and a Traxxas RC truck. So show us your favorite place to go off-road. Once again, pick up one of these flat Aris. There we go. We pick up one of these flat Aris, and
yeah.
I looked really fast in practice this morning. Did pretty good in qualifying too.
Okay, yeah, he did.
I caught on fire at Bark River.
I ran Cooper tires. They're a good tire.
But I caught on fire in the booth too. Flat Ari caught him. It was not a good weekend at Bark River. So once again, grab one of these at the Cooper Tire trailer, and at Cooper Tire on Twitter or hashtag Team Cooper Tire and SST Pro for your chance to win some tires and a
great set of tires.
Yeah. But so also don't forget, go up to Tim and Timmery at Race and Dirty and pick up. They got event-specific T-shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of stuff for just this weekend, World Championship weekend.
We have a whole bunch of
really
vendors
cool
up and down what they call vendor road
Manufacturers
here.
Midway.
It's amazing. All the people that are here. Just look at the hill. This is a good crowd. The
some really cool
perfect.
brand new vehicles on display, truck specific. Yeah.
Yep. track is perfect. Brought back a bunch of
Fox
racers that
shocks
haven't
are
been
here, so if you're looking for shocks for your car, truck, SUV, your bicycle,
those Foxes are phenomenal
UTV,
shocks.
they're all here. Talk to them. Lots of stuff going on, and it's not just all about racing. And the thing is, have you actually driven through the pit area behind us? Not the pavement where all the pros are at, behind it where all the sportsmen hang out at.
It's hard to drive through there. It's full.
I have not
went back
seen
to
it like
the
that
third
before.
field. You know, there's 3 camping
Yeah,
sites.
yeah.
I haven't went back to the third one yet to see how full that is, but I guarantee there's people back
like
there.
40 acres and about 65 acres, and then you go back, and I think it's another 40 acres behind that.
Yeah,
But
and I know it's full.
This is a bucket list item place. This is a bucket list for almost every off-road race, whether it be desert, California, Wisconsin, short course, whatever. If you're any kind of a dirt fan, this is a bucket list for a lot of people
This
to get
is the
here.
Super Bowl of off-road, and the people that are here, be thankful because there's a lot of people that want to be.
And again, Zimmy just texted me a little bit ago, and he said that was a ducking big wreck.
yeah,
Sitting at home back in Chicago with his butt ugly Chicago Bear sandals.
Yeah, we'll have to see. They got a lift. They're going to lift the truck completely up, Scott. They're not
wow!
gonna put it on a rollback. They're going to carry it right out of there.
I told you. So I'm thinking
Get it
there's
back
more
to
wrong
his
with that
pit, and they're going to start tearing into it right away.
Oh, I'm sure.
So let's talk a little bit about this class. We had 21 trucks to start. Now we have 19. We lost 2.
Yeah.
And we don't even have a lap down.
And that kind of action, and you're not on the track. Simply amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely
amazing. Usually you would find yourself right in the middle of it, or the cause of it.
The proof is there that it wasn't me causing it.
But what a great weekend. Any predictions for champion in this class?
Well, I think Mitch Doerr's got it wrapped up.
Does he?
But today is going to be a battle. These guys are after the ring now because they know Mitch has got the points wrapped up. So
are you sure he's got the points wrapped up?
It's all out, going to be battling for the ring. That's what everybody's after today.
Yeah, I want to let everybody know also we got short course carts coming up next. Then we got the 1600 we had the light buggies. So this will be the single buggies afterwards. Super buggies after that. We got 9 cars here this weekend in the supers. And then the super trucks. And a little bit about the super trucks going on with what?
Before we start on that, I want to talk a little bit about the Nick
Bing,
a
little bit.
The Nick Bing,
a little bit.
Jessica Varner
okay,
thing.
You
so I
passed
got
a little
myself
bit.
in trouble at Bark River. Thanks to you, Scott.
Me? I didn't know nothing about
Jessica
it. You brought
Varner
it up.
is part of the TNT team. That's where she come to the track.
Look
That's
at that.
how she got
He's
here.
not hitting the track tomorrow. No, that ain't happening.
That might be a lot of cosmetic. And Nick Bing met her here at the track, and now she's torn between where do I go, TNT or Bing? And we got ourselves in a little trouble like that. And I said they live close enough they can throw a rock. Well, I woke up this morning, went out my camper door, and there was the rock. Yeah. So we'll bring
their
it up
version
later.
of a rock.
No, it was a Crandon rock.
No, their version of a rock. You say rock, you mean a diamond ring.
Oh, no. No. She threw a rock.
No.
Yeah, she threw a rock.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's a diamond that's called a rock.
Yeah,
and then there's a rock.
And my wife sent her that back and said, here's the rock that you should be looking at. So, anyway, long story short, we're already getting ourselves in trouble on that one. But
what do you mean
there's going to be a combination team coming up, I think, here.
Once again, remind everybody, stop by the GoPro booth, set up and check out all the latest products. Sign up to win 3 different Hero 4 prize packages each day, 4 p.m. today and 2 p.m. tomorrow. You got to be present to win. Everyone who stops by also gets a $100 discount on a camera purchase. So you'll find them when you walk in the gate, turn right, and there's that big flat gray or flat black motor coach right there, the big display. So stop over there and check it out.
All of these guys are running GoPro cameras. I'm going to have to go over and see Matt and see.
Look at the cage.
Yep, the cage got a little damage there.
He's not.
The guys behind him have GoPros facing out the front and the back. Matt's got GoPro cameras all over the place. Well, I want to watch some of that video. Got to see what happened. It was just out of our sight.
Little sliding around going on there.
Yeah, that rope slid a little bit, but they'll set it down. They'll re-grab it and.
Well,
and watch the fire trucks right behind them, just in case something catches fire. You don't know what you got going on. A lot of fuels, a lot of oils.
There's Whitey Vernell right there. Yep, he's on top of it. So is Caleb.
Whitey knows how to strap down a log truck. I think he can get this one figured out.
He's been threatening me to like duct tape me to certain things around this racetrack, and I just have kept my distance.
Yeah, you got to stay away from Whitey.
Whenever I hear Whitey, I just go all stealth, low pro. But anyways, the last sportsman race of the afternoon will be the super trucks, and a little bit of what's going on there. I guess it came to Mikey Vandervil's attention via the program this week that he's got the fastest lap time in the Super Truck class around this track. He holds the track record for that. And he's, you know what, this is really cool. This is something to give back to that class. And he put it out there this morning at the drivers' meeting for the Super Truck guys. If anybody breaks his one-lap track record this afternoon, he's going to bonus them with a $299 cash, which is his number, $299.
$299.
So he's going to throw out $299 to the guy who breaks his track record. And on top of that, Pat Flanagan from Appleton, from Flanagan Stop and Shop.
Yeah, okay.
He's throwing $200 at the winner.
That was one of Mikey's big sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I tell you what, if the track is in the condition it is now, Mikey better go get his wallet because he's going to be paying it out.
And I don't think he'd mind, though. That's the thing. That's what's cool about it, you know. So what's going to be kind of cool would be an extra, basically $500 going to the winner, or I should say possible winner of the Super Truck class, thanks to both Mikey Vanderbilt and Pat Flanagan at Flanagan Stop and Shop, which is located on College Avenue, downtown Appleton. Stop by and check it out. Pat Flanagan will be up on the podium this afternoon presenting $200 in cash. So once again, while we got a moment, we're still pulling off Torc off the track, and what a view that is. We'll be right back after this with more racing action and the restart of the Super Trucks. I'm sorry, the Super Stock Trucks. We'll be right back after this.
I'm professional drifter Ryan Torc, and I use VP fuels.
Acceleration is a beautiful thing. Pedal down, pulse up. And nothing feeds your engine what it craves like a K&N Performance air intake system. For more airflow in, more horsepower out. Guaranteed. Pushing you even closer to that blurry line between kick-ass and whiplash.
When I'm out there racing, God, I love the sound.
What Borla does with the sound of this exhaust. There's a linear relationship between what's going on in the engine to what's going on in the exhaust.
When I hear that engine scream and get above 6,000 RPM, it's the sound of power.
All you need to know is tune yourself to the exhaust. What a great product, well engineered.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time. We live for the weekend. Whatever your passion, Kenda Tires is there for you. Kenda Tires, designed for your journey.
That was a surprise.
Back racing, super stock trucks. They got them all lined back up.
We're not back racing this. It's not super stock.
Super stock.
You said super
stock.
Super.
I was thinking of you.
Yeah. Okay. I can go with that. I'll live with that.
So
We're having too much fun up here.
We lost 3 trucks in the first lap.
3? I thought it was
3.
2.
No, we lost 3. Scott Allison, it looks like, is out. It looks like Dylan Sharkey, and obviously, Matt
Torc.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a pretty wild one. They're still pulling him off the track. Look at that. It's not very often we see that kind of a wreck to begin with, and then to be hauled off the track in that fashion.
And now these guys are sitting on the line, and they're watching this truck go up.
Are they going, crap.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a little cleaner racing the next lap because these guys don't want to be hauled off that way. They're all
and
sitting in their
the
truck.
thing is, look at that cage. That took the brunt of the force.
Yeah, good built cage. Look at that thing. He walked away, got up, and he walked away from that. And that
the whole
was
rear
a heck of a
axle
roll.
housing, everything is gone there. That's just junk. I mean, there's so many different things that could go wrong.
Here they come.
Here
so
we
what
come
we're
into
going to
turn
do
one. Yeah.
is we're going to do just like after the competition yellow. It's going to be a restart. Jay Schaefer probably will be. Oh, Jay's right up. Nope, that's not. That's.
It's basically a restart, but side by side.
Kenny Patton.
Kenny Platten right there on the outside.
And then Matt Dale
Here we go.
right next to him.
We got Face Desty on his perch right there. There he is in that red shirt. Now watch that orange cone right dead center on the screen. As soon as they are front row hits that orange cone, they can accelerate at any time.
No passing, though.
No
until
passing.
They
got to stay in line. You see the second cone right by Faye. Anywhere between those two cones, they can accelerate, and that will bring out the green flag. Here we go. They're holding him. About midpoint of the cone, green flag is out. We're underway. Somebody pull out a line in the back of the pack, and that could be an issue.
We may see a black flag come out of that, Scott. We'll have to watch and see.
There's Gatlin Keener going by in that old, I believe it's a 48 Chevy. Popcorn Sutton White Whiskey sponsorship. We go back up front, and something happened to Platten as he's falling back. But as we're going into
TNT taking the outside, Mike Funk kind of sliding into him, and there we go. TNT pulls us up right into second place.
Ken Wilson is getting the black flag as he pulled out a line, and he was second row from the back, and he pulled out a line, but he loses 3 spots. Big yipping deal. So let's see. We've got 2, 3, 4 wide up across the Amsoil finish line.
Matt Dale leading the race. Mike Funk and Tom battling for second place. There's some scratching and pushing there. We got through the first lap, though, Scott. That's the biggest good news of the day.
Yeah, your eyes are peeled for 837. I know that. That's who you're watching for. Don't look at the lineup. You know who 837 is.
Oh, and we got a spin behind him, Joey, with the older style.
McKasick right
Ford.
there,
Yep.
Oh, and there's your buddy again, Groff.
Yeah, Tom and Tom. Those guys are just a hoot. And Nick Bing coming around. Here comes Nick. He's going to run a little bit on the outside. It's a little drier. And we got 5, 6 battling for second place.
Wow. And they are just on the throttle coming through the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. Fannin looking very, very strong. He was in the podium. I think he won the race, 2 years ago, was it?
He's been struggling this year. He's been struggling, but he comes out strong. Let's hope he can keep the truck together. The one that's throwing me for a loop here, Scott, is our leader, Matt Dale. He's running a good race today.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of watching for see if Jay Schaefer can go back-to-back podiums here. Just, make sure that wasn't a fluke kind of thing. He's really come into his own, but this is kind of one of his let's make a statement kind of race. On the podium, did a great race at Bark River, had a chance to win on the last lap, and just had one little mistake.
Yep.
Wasn't a jinx. Jeez, he had too much pizza. Was that, what's his pizza
And
sponsorship?
Joey,
McKasick,
hold on to it, and there we go. Joey just lost.
Probably about mid-pack or so. Wasn't in top 10 last time by. I believe he's probably 7th about now. But, man, Keener's on the move in that 48 Chevy. Oh, we got one truck over-rotates. He'll lose about 4 or 5 spots. And, man, there's just, again, attribute this class to fantastic racing and action no matter where you look.
Always. From dead last to the first place, and Keener's really pushing hard. He's leading that second bunch
There's
right
a
now.
reason why Mark Kwame in the Pro 4 class fell in love with that truck upon first, just seeing it. Man, and that thing was fast right away.
Yeah, they did a good job building that truck. It came right out of the box, and he was on the podium.
Yeah. And he's a big kid. Was he like 6'6", 6'7"? Jeepers. And I think he's a senior this year in high school, I think.
I thought
he
he was off to college.
Or was
yeah,
it?
we'll have to find that out. Hopefully he gets on the podium, and we'll ask him.
Yeah. Well, we know this. He can't sample any Popcorn Sutton's White Whiskey legally.
No.
Yeah. So as they cross the line, Matt Dale still has the point. Jeff Fannin, Mitch Dorr now running in third. Boy, the lap times are pretty good. Right now, the fastest lap time goes to Mitch Dorr by a long shot as he's got a 1:36.53, and there's nobody even close. The next closest is 1:37.3 by Nick Bing running in fourth. Our leader running a 1:39 is his last lap. Fannin, who's running in second, is running over 1:38.
Ford against him a little on.
Over with yet at
Matt
the competition.
gonna...
He's driving. He's turning. They're
him on
left
the
in.
inside, you might see a
No, you know, black flag thing.
Yeah, if he
they
would
didn't
have
make
that, would have been
very good discussion.
Shaden, he's had a bin and a lot of
Thing,
brand
too.
new now this time.
River too,
Blew
didn't he?
the
There. Wow.
Great.
This is the line. Ace was the last.
As the
35.
they get it just faster, and as I said, when them Ski Van Hoovel better guys are going to be fast.
Top 10 as I cross was Scott
Mitch
Gatlin Keenan, Mike Funk, 6th spot. Nick Bing, Matt Door running up front.
Schaefer leaving the camp.
Oh!
He had a whole truck's going to go out.
Loaded.
Yeah, looks like he might have blew in a radiator line for JB and a
Blew the motor at Park River too,
Blew
didn't
the
he?
motor at
yeah,
Park
so that's
River,
a brand new
yeah.
motor there.
He's got a great,
Wow.
great motor guy.
So Mitch Door crosses the line, and his fastest lap of the race was the last lap.
Last lap. So
135.
as the track's coming
09.
around, every race, you know, they grade it, and they get it just perfect, and it gets faster and faster and faster. And as I said, when them super trucks come out, Mikey Van Hoovel better dig in his wallet because these guys are going to be fast on this track today.
Here's the top 10 as I crossed the line. In the 10th spot was Scott Heikela. Garrett Lohr in the 9th spot. Gatlin Keener dropped back to 8th. Mike Funk 7th. Joy McKasick in that 6th spot. Top 5, Jay Schaefer, Nick Bing, Matt Dale, Jeff Fannin, and Mitch Door running up front.
And as we just seen Jay Schaefer leaving the camera,
whoa!
Jay being a local guy here.
So we've got safety trucks heading that direction all over the place right now. It's just out of the camera. You saw one head down that backstretch, I believe. There's the truck there, and Jay Schaefer still in line.
Jay's still going, and we got the safety truck
in
line going to follow him.
You got Whitey Brunell chasing him down. Nick Bing smoking in front of Jay Schaefer. So
yeah, Whitey's just going to follow him around, wait for him to light on fire,
he'll stick the hose out the window. Though Jay,
remember you're
replaceable.
Your car's by my pit. So.
Oh man.
Hopefully you left the keys in it. I'll put it out here somewhere. Field 3. All right, we're going to do a restart. Mitch Door is going to lead the group around. Fannin right behind him. Matt Dale, Nick Bing. Nick Bing's looking for anything to get around Matt.
There's that first cone. Mitch Door is at
and
that
Jay
first
Schaefer's
cone.
still running. His truck looks like it's a perfect
Whitey
shape.
gave
Joey
up the
right
ghost,
behind him, and here we go.
Whoa, holding him long. Man, is that going to be a marginal call right there? Did Jay Schaefer pull out a line before he crossed the line?
He pulled out a line, but he did not pass.
That's still black flag. You cannot pull out a line. You have to stay back-to-back, bumper to bumper. And Jay Schaefer didn't take up an advantage. Here comes Nick Bing now to the inside on the 877. Matt Dale. Nick Bing going after Fannin. They side to side, banging. Bing went from 4th to 2nd in the gravel pit turn. Bing on the move.
And I tell you what, he's the one that's going to give Mitch a run for his money. So.
How about Keener now? Keener's in the back there.
Battling with Joey. Jay Schaefer is still in there running. Don't know what happened, but it didn't affect his truck running at all. He is still running strong and hard right behind Matt. Matt, Jay, Joey, and Gatlin all battling for, what is that, the 5th place?
Sure. For every place but the lead.
Yeah.
From 2nd on back, they're all just all over each other. Wow. Bumper to bumper all the way back. Schaefer now goes inside. If wasn't Fannin, it was a white truck. Here we come. I believe that's McKasick. Bing goes through. Fannin goes through. Here comes Jay Schaefer. Three wide to that left, 180.
Matt Dale off the top of the, yeah, you can't ride the top of the berm, Scott, because you will fall off.
Yeah. Oh, and he got turned around in doing so. Matt Dale has been passed by almost everybody. Our early leader now dead, way back in the pack. McKasick and Jay Schaefer. Again, Jay Schaefer had his best race of his career just a couple of weeks ago in Park River. Had the lead the entire second half, and just in the last lap, I believe it was even the last corner,
the
was it?
last corner, yeah.
Within like 100 yards, less than 100 yards of the finish line, he just went on to the outside and opened up the inside line.
And Mitch Door took advantage of it.
Yeah.
I think Mitch was the winner. Oh, look at Joey into the wall, and who did he take with him?
Is that Schaefer?
Schaefer.
Yeah.
Gatlin
Schaefer
just got around. Oh, look at Schaefer's got that big poof of smoke again. I don't know what's
Schaefer,
going on
oh,
there.
look at, oh,
there's
there's some
battle
personal
in
stuff
there.
going on now. Schaefer didn't allow McKasick to rotate through the corner because Jay stuck his nose in there, wouldn't allow the back of the truck to rotate to make the turn. So that's what forced him into the wall. Jay Schaefer could have checked up a little bit, let him complete the rotation to get through the turn, but didn't, and that's what caused all that. And there's just a little bit of a love tap afterwards as well.
In the heat of the battle, we call it, Scott. In the heat of the battle.
Yeah. I've seen you get wound up.
Oh, absolutely.
Here we go again.
Here we go. Jay's
Here we
gonna
go. Heavy on the brakes. Jay throws it sideways, scrubs off some speed, over rotates a little bit, and McKasick goes outside and goes, nah. I don't think so.
And that's the Shaden Arneson.
Ah, there's a good shot of that 48 Chevy. How about that? I love that truck.
Do you?
That's kind of like has that Mater look to it, you know? I love Mater. That thing was, what? No, that's 2 years old or 3 this year. I think it's 3 years old this year when they built the thing. And, again, I think he beat his dad, if I remember right, in the first race. Wasn't?
Oh, yeah, they had 2 trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 2 trucks.
Yeah.
Here comes Mitch Dorr. Mitch Dorr, the black and white.
The 897 Mitch Dorr, black and white. And I was going to the talkback button. Another shot of
All right,
Gatlin
Scott.
Keener as we go around. More banging going on all the way around this racetrack. And just a great view. There's our leader, that black and white truck, just zinging out of camera. Mitch Dorr, Nick Bing, your neighbor.
Nick Bing, yeah.
When he wins, does he come over there going, hey, Don? You know,
No,
he doesn't
Nick-
stand out in the
Nick
front
is
porch.
Very quiet,
Yeah.
well-reserved guy.
I've never seen damage on that truck.
No.
Never.
I think he got into that battle and the first lap and was crossing his fingers, hoping everything was clean because he wants to win the ring and the points champion. And Nick's not going to just let him walk away with it. Mitch Dorr, Nick Bing. And we probably have a battle going on all the way to the back of the pack, Scott. Okay, Scott, we're going to have the white flag lap coming here. White flag for Mitch Dorr. One more lap is what his spotter's going to tell him.
He'll
keep
add
it running. Keep it running. Hopefully he didn't get any tire damage or anything. He's got a lot of damage on the passenger side of that truck.
Yeah, just
Nick
enough
Bing's
to
coming
peel it off.
hard, and he's smoking. Obviously, I know his spotter's just telling him it's all in front of you, Nick, all out in front. Charlie's his spotter from ATD.
So you know exactly what's being said.
I know exactly what Charlie's saying. He's keeping him calm. Going to keep pushing him hard.
Going to add possibility of adding a world championship ring.
See the GoPro camera right on top of Mitch's truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to see if he's got any good shots of that carnage we had in the first lap. I think these guys got it wrapped up. We got Mitch Dorr,
this
Nick
gap
Bing.
we see right now is usually what we see in the midpoint of the race, and so this is highly unusual. I think that right now you see the guys, you know what, okay, today's the ring day. I'm still going to go for that points now come tomorrow. But right now,
tomorrow's the last run of the year.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that's
bad.
gonna be so
There
ugly.
isn't going to be a body panel left on any truck, I guarantee that.
you guys.
Yeah, that's the fun part. You got all winter to fix it.
One
Checkered
final
flag.
time up over the Walker Evans legendary launch. Mitch Dorr will add another championship Super Bowl-sized ring to the collection at the Dorr home.
I got to find out if Mitch even has a ring yet or not.
I think he's. So as the rest of the field comes around, here comes Machosik. Yeah, boy, make that call. Wow. For that position as they race all the way to the line. As the rest of the field comes around, they're crossing the line. Heikala, Machosik, we got Jay Schaefer coming around yet. And Maxxis Tires, we know dirt. VP Fuels, our passion is your performance. And by K&N, celebrating the right foot since 1969. Once again, we got Don Demony on his way down towards the podium. We're here at the Big House. We'll be right back after this.
I'm professional drifter Ryan Torc, and I use VP Fuels.
Acceleration is a beautiful thing. Pedal down, pulse up. And nothing feeds your engine what it craves like a K&N Performance air intake system. For more airflow in, more horsepower out. Guaranteed. Pushing you even closer to that blurry line between kick-ass and whiplash.
When I'm out there racing, God, I love the sound.
What Borla does with the sound of this exhaust, there's a linear relationship between what's going on in the engine to what's going on in the exhaust.
When I hear that engine scream and get above 6,000 RPM, it's the sound of power.
So all you need to know is tune yourself to the exhaust. What a great product, well engineered.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time. We live for the
Well, once again, Don's down at the podium with his favorite class of all the classes here racing this weekend, our brand new 2015 World Champion, Mitch Dorr. Don, have some fun with this one, brother.
All right, guys, here we have the class of the day, Super Stock Truck. What a great race. Not a very good first lap, but what a great race. Jeff, you had a rough season. You had a rough season, and you know what? I'm happy as heck to see you up on the podium. Doesn't matter if you're in third place, you're on the podium finally at the end of the season.
Yeah. after the last 2 seasons we had, we should have been up here a little more. They switched up the rule book a little bit and making the truck fit to the new rules. We were struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season. We got it dialed in now. It's too bad it's the end of the year, but the guys at the garage, phenomenal. I mean, I can't emphasize enough how much this is a team effort. Third place podium, everybody else that just clapped, give Rick, Benji, Josh, Beaver, give them guys a round of applause. They should be standing here.
Let's talk a little bit about your sponsors. That's a good-looking Parsons Chevrolet is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Pretty honored to run that badass bow tie at Parsons of Anigo. They've been a great partner with us, sticking with us, even though struggled a little bit early part of the year. Amsoil, Radar Tires, Denny Abney Auto Body, J&H Transmissions, Neverlift Apparel, T&S Trucking, Main Street Eds, I said J&H already, K2 Pro Signs. I'm probably forgetting one. Connor Forest Management, Mel Flannery, thanks for helping us out. There's probably one I'm forgetting. Just happy to be up here.
All right. Second place, Nick Bing, very own. Before we start this interview, Nick, I do want to say I came out of my camper this morning and there was a rock that got thrown from your pit to mine. But my wife had to come back. You guys got to check out Facebook and you'll see what we're talking about. What a great race. Where were you in that first lap when we had that wreck? I mean, that was a mess.
Yeah, I got a really good start at coming in turn one, and I was running third, and I was really right behind Troy, and Garrett, I think, was driving today, but right behind them, and I'm like, all right, we're sitting pretty good here, and then Charlie came on the radio, red flag, and restart, so I kind of wish that would have stuck, but it was all behind me, so I don't know what happened, but yeah, oh well, we'll see what happens.
Well, let's talk about some of your sponsors and the crew that you guys got to put this thing together, all the way from Abrams, Wisconsin, obviously.
Yeah, the crew of mine is just phenomenal. This morning we tried a different tune in the truck just to try to get this top spot that Mitch got today, but just fell a little short. But yeah, we were screwing the truck all morning and trying different tire grooves, different engine setups, and all that good stuff. So just was a little too short today, but I'll have to wait till next year.
So I don't know if you know it, Nick, or not, but you're smoking. I think you had a little fire going on right when you're coming up to the podium, but you got it done. That's all that matters.
Yeah, she was running a little hot at the last 2 laps, and we just try to do something good and try to go. Oh, there's a little smoke, but just keep going. You'll be fine. And for sponsors-wise, I'd like to thank a lot of people. JR Enterprise, JR helped me out tremendously all morning working on the truck, getting me some new Kenda tires. Those hooked up really good today. Lucas Oil, one of my huge sponsors. Thank you, Lucas. G&H Forestry, Dale and Jane's Pub, Country Club, and Peterson Ford. If it wasn't for the people on the truck, it wouldn't be here. And then, of course, my crew, my girlfriend Jessica for helping me out with everything, and family, friends, everybody. Thank you very much.
You know, and I gotta thank Jessica for that rock. We're gonna hang on to that one for a while.
Hold on, I also had last time I was up here, I forgot to thank TNT for their testing site a couple weeks ago when I was down there trying new stuff. So thank you, TNT.
Yeah, and phenomenal job. On top of the box today, Mitch Dorr. You got the point series, I think, pretty much wrapped up. Is this your first ring?
This is my third.
Third ring. All right, we were talking a little bit up there. You took advantage. You were running third. You were running a strong lap time. Everything was good, and you went from third to first in one corner.
Yeah, I saw it start to happen. I'm like, well, I'm going to try the outside, and I just stuck with it, and sure enough, it worked, and came over the radio that I was clear, and just never look back and just stay ahead of Nick. He was there very close, and I ran it hard to stay ahead of him, but got to thank ATD, High Rev Graphics, BF Goodrich Tires helping us out this weekend, and them coming here, and family, friends, and
well, we got some damage on the side of your truck. I don't know if you took a look at the passenger side. It's missing. What happened there?
Well, I need a body shop sponsor, fiberglass sponsor, but I don't know. In turn one in the first lap there, it was pretty hairy. Didn't get a real good start. A lot of spinning on the grass back there, but and then I was clear, and it must all just happen right at the face.
Well, I tell you what we have for you. We got, you supply the mix, and we got a whole bunch of Mountain Dew here. Diet Mountain Dew, regular Mountain Dew, kickstart. Tell us a little bit about what Mitch is getting with the Mountain Dew.
Mitch is going to get a whole variety pack of Mountain Dew here. We got Kickstart, we got a Mountain Dew jacket, $200 in gift cards. We love sponsoring this class, Mountain Dew Superstock class. Brings out a big crowd, a lot of trucks. So you guys did a great job. We're happy to be here, part of Mid-Wisconsin Beverage, supplying your Pepsi products, Mountain Dew, Aquafina water. Nice, beautiful weather today. So hats off.
All right, stop by Mitch's pit tonight for a nice cold Mountain Dew. We also have some AMSOIL certificates for you guys before you take off. Mike. All right, Scott, back up to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Don. Here we go. Now, some of the companies behind the scenes that we got to mention without a doubt that have been a huge force with us all year long. Specifically, Kenda Tire. For over 50 years, Kenda Tire has produced high-quality, affordable products for the auto greaser at Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone. And VP Fuels. VP Racing Fuels introduces Cetanium Cetane Improver for diesel engines. Cetanium increases cetane up to 10 full numbers, the highest improvement on the market, and makes more horsepower. Cetanium is for off-road use only, so for more information, visit vpracingfuels.com. And Maxxis Tires are trusted by Torc champions because their products take drivers to the podium year after year. Be sure to visit the new Maxxis.com, MaxxisRacing.com, and stop by the Maxxis support. The urge, the sensation of wanting to pick up your phone and do something. Anywhere, anytime, like 3, 2, 1, now! Boost Mobile is offering unlimited text, talk, and data for $30 a month when you sign up for the Auto Reboost. Go ahead, stop fighting the urge.
Manufacturer of hot sauce is smashing out in durability booth in the vendor area of your vehicle and being a free exhaust excitement. Here's Kenda Tires' products for the audience. The number 27. Visit our product WI for your item. Going to be sponsored by AMSOIL, Award and Sport Trailer, Corporate Hospitality Exhibits. Identity for Pro online at canopies.com. Check out those good work, safety, something like that for all our good friends in custom design or impact race and car fuel systems out of your new fuel pro fuel system. Back the power engine. 2 easy steps. Complete from Motor Vehicle Auto. Miss Tiffany Zone, also known final world presentation of the
Crandon for a wonderful great race day, you guys. But now third place poker on make it up on. I must say that impressive driver when you had 2 more during that time.
I'm just sorry. I was struggling on turn, so I was air mode and air in one piece. Yellow, we were talking. There's no air it's gonna go, so it happens and liner in there, and so I guess a third.
You did a. Can we expect from you?
Points champion. So everything up to on the line. It's gonna be an interesting that.
And finisher. DJ, congratulations out there. It was much. Can you explain? One of them didn't see much, but
it was just we were out there to win and changed it. We got to take it. It's on tomorrow. A few tricks that we've been tomorrow and see what happened. I don't
Kyle just had a big turn one, and I was like, holy man, go. And then I don't know if Keegan was checked up, and I was like, been spun. But as bad as it went, I got a flag up, and it just gave. It was a miss for sure. Even we'll go back tomorrow, but I couldn't for keep me safe. Monster, Totem, Wadmy, Method, Oil, Fox Shot.
Congratulations again. The Pro 4 champion, Duke. Kyle, I know you're coming. How does it feel to?
Man, it's unbelievable. I was a little kid and starting 5th, we'll be able to snap that, get up there with Keegan. Like, man, it's going to be. I hope it's a good race. He ain't gonna lie. He climbs to turn 1, and I was the scariest thing I've done. It was a good battle. Right before the restart, battle some more, and I mean, it's crazy. Crandon, wide open world championship. I'm stoked.
Baby, right?
And this little kid to me, and he, you're not gonna be this year. And I said, TJ is. So TJ, it was a great day. My family, world champions.
Congratulations again.
Champions, but when I see little Duke there, we don't think of when I saw on fire when you're in this year. Nice flavor pennant you ain't represent. Yeah, I think be surprised. I know we're going to CJ's Trooper in the setup that he's going to have something for Pro 4-wheel drive. And the thing is, they're going to as well as I would think he would do it in. Didn't do it today. I guess first race. The second thought he hard and made that problem he didn't want to make. Now when he kind of pushed down there, but CJ, what series you're in? And even with all the still finishes in.
The thing is, I'm hearing is CJ much better than
he hasn't set up, but he did in about a month the way it worked.
The better in tune, it would be more. And you're going to see probably owner a little bit harder. And the fact that the whole different driving stuff, 5-speed that he's going to be running,
and you only have some, and that's good. Basically, one of our 2 day the keys today. Who had a nice set of keys
from the drop of the green away.
Keys in this. Yeah, and the big house had much fun today. The Off-Road Championship stop number 15 kicks off, and it was going to be the race of the year. Also, Cup.
First to win.
We'll too. So a lot of classes, rain. I'm down there on Victory. See you right here, House. We'll see you tomorrow.